NCN Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Teammates Mentoring. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. And by Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith.
Welcome to Wayne, America for this special presentation of college sports on News Channel Nebraska. I'm Michael Shively. He's Lou Siefker. We are ecstatic to be here in Wayne for the regular season finale. It's a Northern Sun Conference tilt featuring the Wayne State Wildcats and the Augustana Vikings. It's the Egg Bowl. You gotta love that. It's senior day, and this is a Wayne State team 6-4 on the year, hoping to finish 7-4. Gorgeous day, little windy, but perfect time for some late season football.
Hey, you worry about the weather this time of the year, right? It's like cold and snow. What's it going to affect? The wind might affect things a little bit. It's blowing pretty good out of the north, gusting anyway. But otherwise, a great day for football. Before the Minnesota State game a few weeks ago, I said this is a big game. This feels like a big game. This is a big game for both teams. Augustana needs this win, I think, to get into the playoffs. Right now, they're 8th regionally out of 8 teams, so they need to get this win. And Wayne State, it's just, you might as well just let it fly, right? Mm-hmm. But they want that momentum, I think, going into next year. They're playing great football. This has big game written all over it.
And it's senior day. The last time these seniors are going to be able to play here at this excellent facility in Wayne. They want the win. They want to play spoiler on Augie's season. And it's two teams with a little bit different trajectory. Wayne State's coming in quite confident. Winners of 3 in a row. Picked up a great win at Sioux Falls. Of course, beat Minnesota State here on News Channel Nebraska. Meanwhile, Augustana, they just lost their first game of the season.
Yeah, they lost to Minnesota State. And as I mentioned, with Minnesota State a few weeks ago, Wayne State took care of that game and won that game rather impressively. So for a team like Wayne State, they have a lot of confidence. They've won their last 3 games by a score of about 34-11, and 2 of those games were on the road. That's difficult to do in the Northern Sun Conference. Again, Augustana coming off a rather resounding loss to Minnesota State last week. You wonder where they're at confidence-wise. I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to come in here with the idea they need to win this game and do everything they can to get that win.
This is a high-stakes contest. Plenty of reasons to stick around. Up next, we'll identify your key players and talk with the head coach. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Visit Wayne State College and you're likely to hear,
"I got this."
From students pursuing their careers in nursing.
"I got this."
Or in our business and industrial technology programs.
"I got this."
Or in NCAA athletics.
"You got this."
And especially at graduation.
"I got this."
With 130 programs of study, manageable costs, and automatic scholarships for all first-time freshmen, you'll be saying,
"I'm so doing this."
Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
It's the Wildcats, it's the Vikings, it is premier Northern Sun Conference football here on NCN. Let's identify some of the stars that we're going to see on the field today, beginning with the visitors out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota in Augustana. He didn't start the season at quarterback, but he's taken over midway through and piloted the team to a 9-1 record. Certainly nothing to laugh about in a true freshman campaign for Rich Lucero Jr.
Yeah, Rich Lucero has stepped up in his time. A lot of times you lose that starting quarterback, things don't go so well. Lucero's had 12 touchdown passes, also a couple running touchdowns. This is a good offensive team. They're very good with Lucero. We'll see how they play against this Wayne State defense. If Lucero's got time to throw against that line, he can do some damage. I think Wayne State's got to get to him and get to him early.
Oh, I'd love to identify a senior here on Senior Day as a key player for the Wildcats, but that would be a disservice to Dawson Forgey, coming off some of the greatest games in Wayne State history, and he has a chance today to set some Wayne State single-season records. He is, without a doubt, the best running back in this conference.
Yeah, he's coming up on 1,300 yards rushing. He's got 19 touchdowns on the ground, and he's been the steadying force, I think, through this season, through the rough times and now through the good times. And also, I think the offensive line in front of him has done a nice job, too. But Forgey is really, really good. I think for Wayne State, you want to keep that ball on the ground. You want to put together some long drives and tire out that Augustana defense. Forgey's a guy that can do that. He's going to get a lot of touches today.
No doubt about it. We're excited to see those players take the field and the Vikings and Wildcats. We're closing in on kickoff. Up next, let's visit with the head coach of the Wildcats, Logan Masters. Stay with us on News Channel Nebraska.
We're here at Faith Regional, and I'm getting ready to talk about a well woman visit. Let's learn more about that service by the doctors who provide it. I'm joined now by Dr. Alex Loudenclose, an obstetrician and gynecologist with Faith Regional Physician Services. We're talking about well woman visits today. What exactly is a well woman visit?
Just an opportunity for us to screen for depression, diabetes, high blood pressure, talking about menopause changes and urinary incontinence and those sorts of things, and approaching things from that standpoint.
When you talk about planning for pregnancy, what goes into talking about that with your patient?
So review of medications, review of sort of their menstrual cycles, their menstrual histories, and getting us on the right track for both, whether it's timed intercourse or pursuing other avenues for preconception screening or any of those sorts of things.
Preventative care is so important in medicine. How do you work prevention into these conversations?
So we usually focus on looking at things about, where is their blood pressure at? Do we need to do something to get it reduced? We talk about looking at their diet and exercise. Are they staying active? Is there a way that we can help them become more engaged with activity? Is there a way that we can help their diet improve? Is there vaccines that we're missing an opportunity to initiate? The HPV vaccine is a big one for cervical cancer, so that's one that we really, focus on here at the younger age groups in our office.
And how long should they continue to do this? Is this something that you should plan on every year for a long time?
So generally speaking, yeah, plan on it every year, just to come in, review these things, get up to date with the screenings that we need up to date with, and then we kind of have that general discussion about how long do we really continue it once we kind of start to approach the elderly patient and kind of an independent decision making with each one.
Well, thank you so much for talking about well woman visits with us.
Absolutely. Thanks.
He's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location offers so much care so close to home.
Welcome to the Wildcat pregame show. I'm joined now by head coach Logan Masters. Coach, hard to believe this is the last regular season game. For you guys, it seemed like there was maybe a couple of seasons. It was the season before that bye week and the season after. You guys have really played great football in those 3 games since that bye week. What has kind of transpired to get you guys, everybody's lights to come on, so to speak?
I think we've grown up. We've kind of figured out each other, which I think is important. A brand new staff, a lot of new guys playing, and it's what you want at the end of the year. You play your best football, and that's where we're at. And it's been a situation here now in mid-November to be playing in a big game. So credit to our coaching staff and our leadership on our team of belief, fighting through the adversity, and here we are.
Well, absolutely. Well, you got a bit of a quarterback thing going with a couple of guys. Wyatt Dannenbrink got hurt. He comes back, and now you're playing both guys. Is that you expecting that again today? And what does each guy bring to the table?
Yeah, they're both playing well, and they complement each other really well, and the team believes in both of them. So we use them both different. They're a little bit different, but they're the same. So it's not like we have to have two different offenses, so they'll both play today and play well and give us a chance to win.
Your defense has been as dominant as anybody's, and even getting better week by week. Have they kind of exceeded your expectations this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just want to keep getting better, and they've constantly done that. Big challenge for them. Augustana is really good on offense, so they got their hands full today. But yeah, they just, again, a bunch of young guys playing the back end, even up front. We have, two seniors that play in our front seven, so we're still young, still growing, and they keep getting better, and that's what you want in a football team.
You mentioned Augustana today. This is a ranked team, a team that needs a win probably to get into the playoffs. What do you expect from the Vikings, and how do you guys get a win?
They're really well coached. They're not going to beat themselves. We're going to have to play well. They got beat last week for the first time all year, so there's a reason why they're 9-1 coming into this. So we got to play well, protect the ball. We got to stop the run, and I think special teams is going to be a big deal with this win. So if we can do those three things, I think we got a chance here in the end.
Go get them, Coach. We'll see you in the postgame.
Thank you. Go Cats.
That's head coach Logan Masters. Folks, stick around. This is going to be a big game. Wayne State Wildcats take on the Augustana Vikings right here on NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast for the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
20 kids, 1 SUV, and 1 mission. Snacks. Speedy Mart is where the snack squad rolls deep. Whether it's before the first pitch or after the final out, we've got drinks, treats, and all the fuel to keep your team going strong. Speedy Mart convenience stores. Quick, convenient, and always ready when the team rolls in. Speedy Mart. Snack strong, play strong.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Price, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruki. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
captains shaking hands here at Cunningham Field on the campus of Wayne State College. I'm Michael Shively. Lou Siefker is with me. Your matchup today between Wayne State and Augustana, brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need them. It is senior day. It is 6-4 Wayne State against 9-1 Augustana. The Vikings are number 13 in the nation, maybe number 15, depending on your poll of choice. Both teams with just one loss in conference play. Let's take a look at your starting lineups presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you are cared for. Well, a couple of injured players there as captains for Augustana, and certainly notable, Logan Leonard, one of those, who is listed as a starter there on your screen. So he does not appear like he's going to be playing today. Rich Lucero starts at quarterback for Augustana, true freshman. Isaiah Huber, watch out for him at wideout, number 1. He is their top offensive weapon. And a stout defense under defensive coordinator Mark Sipple for the Vikings, too. Wayne State College, the Wildcats. Well, we'll see some of Brady McGill, but the starter today is Bennett Dannenbrink at quarterback. Broke his leg there in the first part of the season, played through it, sat out for a while. Now he's playing again. That is a tough guy, but we will see some of Brady McGill today, too.
Yeah, I think that's worked well for Wayne State since Wyatt Dannenbrink has come back. They've used both quarterbacks, and as Coach said in the pregame, the team believes in both these guys. They're confident no matter who's in there. But I think having Wyatt Dannenbrink back has helped this offense kind of move forward a little bit. And certainly, you're going to play both quarterbacks here today. You'd like to see some good production against a very good Augustana defensive side of the football.
Another note, Jess Kirschel was listed as a starter there on defense for Wayne State. He is the best defensive player for the Wildcats. He's missed the last few games with injury. He is not playing today. So some injuries certainly a factor. The quarterbacks for both sides have dealt with injury. The Wayne State defense littered with injury. That's what happens. You get to the end of the season, You play with the team you have, but it's certainly different than it was in the first quarter of the season. Does that mean these are different teams than they were? Absolutely. And it means Wayne State has a great chance here today to pull off an upset against the 13th ranked team in the nation. The kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, and these clubs head out onto the field for the first play from scrimmage.
So a little wind there, I think, helped that kickoff. Almost went to the back line there. And when you have that wind at your back, you want to take advantage of that and then force, Augustana to start at the 25 and not allow them to have kickoff returns.
Augustana averaging just a hair under 35 points per game to go along with 414 total yards per contest. One of the better offenses. They're in the top half of the NSIC. Their quarterback is Rich Lucero Jr. He's a true freshman, 6'4", 200 out of Arizona. His first play is a handoff and scoring for a decent gain along the left side, Braylon Blunt.
You mentioned Kirchhoff being out here for Wayne State. That is a big loss because he is a tackling machine out there. But this defense, I think the hallmark of this Wayne State defense has been their depth. They're pretty strong throughout that 2 deep, regardless of who's playing or who's not playing.
And on 2nd down and 7, the running back trades sides. The tall signal caller, Lucero, has his pass batted, getting his hand in the air to swat that one away. Luke Lambert, the 6'2" junior out of Ashland Greenwood, denies the pass, 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, that pass was just going to be a short dump route, but it got blocked. And so now here we go. This is where Wayne State generally excels. These 3rd down and long situations are very good at harassing quarterbacks. Going to have to do that today against Lucero.
They are the top defense in the Northern Sun Conference in almost every statistical category. The Wildcats have leaned on this unit this season, and they have a chance for an early 3-and-out to begin the Egg Bowl. Here's Lucero. 6-man pressure. Deep ball along the right side is overthrown, incomplete. Terrific coverage by the Wildcats, who used a blitz to get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, get pressure, force him to throw quickly. That's what happened there. Great coverage down the field as well. And exactly what you wanted if you're Wayne State. Get that 3 and out. Hopefully kicking against the wind. The Vikings kicking against the wind here. You figure you might get some pretty good field position off this punt.
Yeah, the Wayne State coaching staff telling return man Ty Johnson to scoot up a little bit. He was at the 25, now at about the 29. The punter is Jake Pacina. Averages about 43 yards per punt. He's also the kicker, one of the top specialists in terms of kicking in this conference. And Pacina will boot it away from about the 14. Gets off a laser,
wow.
And Johnson has to go all the way back to the 21, backpedals even further, stutter steps, trying to find the sideline, and gets it to the 21-yard line. So Jake Pacina, we said he was one of the best. He proved it there, a terrific boot that flips the field in favor of the Vikings.
Well, you figure you get that that punt up into the wind stream, it's going to be good for Wayne State. Not that time. What a kick.
That's a net punt of 58 yards.
Against the wind, yeah.
Well, here comes the Wayne State offense, averaging 29.5 points per game. The same thing they averaged last year. Consistent. Handoff. Dawson Forgey. He's the best in the league, and he pummels forward for 6 on first down. Expect to hear the name of the junior from Winterset, Iowa, often in this contest.
Yeah, for sure. Got a guy like that, you're going to use him. But again, I think this offensive line for Wayne State has gotten better and better. We'll talk about that offensive line here in just a moment.
A no-huddle approach. Bennett Dannenbring, the 6-foot sophomore out of Sioux Falls, playing university from his hometown. Gives it off. Forgey. Very patient run, waiting to get to the corner. Then turns it upfield for about 5. And a first down carry for the explosive junior.
Yeah, heck of a player, but a guy with a high IQ. And as you mentioned, he does that a lot. A patient runner allows those big guys in front of him, those blocks to develop, and he's able to read them well and pick up those extra yards, also breaking tackles.
They'll give it to him for the 3rd straight play, and this time 2 white uniforms collapse upon him. Ashton Toll, a sophomore linebacker, leads that stop, limiting Forgey to 3 yards.
You look across this Wayne State, roster, a lot of underclassmen. This team should be good next year. 3 guys up front, though, in that offensive line, 3 seniors. And again, we'll get to them in just a moment.
First called pass play. Dannenbring throws it from a 3-quarter arm slot. A nice completion. Phelps tries to make some guys miss. Might have lost half a yard there. And 3rd and long for the Wildcats.
3rd and long here. Those offensive linemen that we were talking about, those seniors, Terrell Tompkins at left tackle, outstanding player. He's a leader on this team. I've been down there watching warm-ups before, and he's one of the guys that gets after people. Will Washingberger at center is as good as there is in the league. And then Jake Steyer at right guard, another senior. Those are 3 quality offensive linemen they're going to lose.
Augustana only brings 4. Dannenbring holds strong in the pocket, and he completes it to his favorite target, Dane Peterson, the big burly tight end, across midfield for a first down and a pickup of 15.
Well, that's what you want there. Is you don't have to light it up to throw on the football. This is a team that likes to be multidimensional, but complete those passes on 3rd down and keep those chains moving. That's going to be big today. You're going to try to wear this Viking defense down a little bit.
Yeah, that's the type of play that the Wildcats were not making early in the season, but here they convert against the 13th ranked team in the nation. And back to Forgey. He had 31 carries in the win over Minnesota State Mankato. Logan Masters and his squad, his play callers, they're not afraid to give him the ball a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, he'll get a lot here today. Last game of the season, and he's your best weapon. He's kind of the Emmett Johnson of the Wayne State program. He's a guy they lean on very heavily.
And I'll correct myself, that actually was not Forgey there. That was Brennan Hayes. Hayes, the sophomore from Creston, Iowa. Dannenbring, all sorts of time to throw. He wants the deep route, and it's just outside of the arms of Colton Andrews. Good coverage by the Vikings, and 3rd and long once again.
Now, Wayne State needs to avoid these 3rd down and longs, but if you're able to convert, obviously more the better. We mentioned the depth, and we've mentioned defensive depth, but you just said the name Brennan Hayes. He was our player of the game against Minnesota State. Had 2 long touchdown runs in that ball game. He's a quality backup to Dawson Forgy.
Hayes goes in motion. They give it to him and breaks a tackle. There goes Hayes down the sideline and all the way to the end zone. Touchdown Wildcats on 3rd and 5. A 43-yard run on the jet sweep to Brennan Hayes.
Well, great call and well executed. And there you go. We just mentioned Hayes and his long runs in big games. There you go. Here gets another one. Watch the block out in front of this play, and I did not pick that number up, but it was a great block there by the receiver. If you've got to have a good running game, you've got to have guys out on the edge that block well. You saw it right there. Great job, great execution for Wayne State.
Here is Hensley for the point after. Drills it. And a couple of 3rd down conversions. One of them going all the way to the end zone for a score, and it's the Wildcats in front 7-0 over the 13th ranked Vikings on News Channel Nebraska.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
What a start to the first quarter for the Wildcats. Your first quarter brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic in Norfolk. They're building a legacy, one patient at a time, one generation at a time, from family practice to expert specialist. They are here for you today and every day. 7-0. You couldn't have scripted it any better. 3 and out for the defense, and the offense marches right down the field.
And an 80-yard touchdown drive. That's impressive. Now, that's been Wayne State recently. This is a team that obviously had a rough start to the season, but playing as well as anybody right now.
And the Vikings will take a knee right here. Oh, the blocking along the left side here, excellent. One pancake there. Peterson got the pancake block, and then along the left side, another wide receiver was down there blocking the entire way. So Hayes had to break one tackle, and he had to have 2 blockers execute their job. And all of that happened, and that's how you got a 43-yard score.
Yeah, it might have been Colton Andrews over there. I wasn't able to see the number.
So the Vikings will try to respond. And it's Lucero handing off. Blunt has a nice hole. He's able to carry defenders for another couple yards and a 6-yard pickup for Augustana. Wayne State's defense, Lou, this unit is special. Number 1 in the league in scoring defense, rushing defense, sacks, opponent's number of first downs, opponent 3rd down conversion percentage, and the top red zone defense. This is the best defense in the league.
Absolutely. This is a defense that could take you to a championship. We wish you had a few more games to play.
Lucero to the air, incomplete. Blanketing coverage, Braden Cheney denying that pass. They were looking for Sam Skolton. 3rd down and 4.
Imagine not having Kirchhoff out here today. You still have a guy named Alex Kowalczyk out there who's battled his own injuries, but also through the last few years been one of the better linebackers in the league when he's been healthy.
Kowalczyk wearing number 5 on that defense. And on 3rd and 5, Lucero, quick pass, and incomplete. Huber not able to make the one-hand snag, and no first downs in the first couple possessions for Augustana.
Well, there you go. There's a statement. This is a good offensive unit, this Augustana team. They've scored a lot of points this season, and including a couple of 50-point games in the league. So this is also a team that's found ways to win some close games. 1-point win over Mary, was one of those. Also, 1-point win over Sioux Falls. So this team can blow you out, but they also know how to win the game if it gets close.
That was the top wide receiver in Huber, but the ball just not on target. Here's Johnson, and he can't escape the tackle. Johnson wrapped up immediately. Phenomenal job by the coverage unit. Will Lynch with the stop for the team in white and yellow.
Yeah, that's a great job by the Vikings. Although Wayne State has better field position than they had the last drive, which they took 80 yards. It's early here in this first quarter, but you almost feel like this is a big opportunity, or at least a important defensive possession for Augustana.
Behind a lead blocker, here's Forgy now reversing course, and he gets a gorgeous 8-yard pickup. Will Waschenberger, you called him out earlier, Lou, at center, 6'3", 300, and that's a guy I'd like to run behind.
Yeah, that's a guy you want to, when you watch him here on this pull, Waschenberger out in front of that play, just knocking people around, pushing people out of the way. A bit of a road grader there, the big fella from Sioux Falls, ironically.
Quite a few Sioux Falls boys here playing against a university based in their hometown, and Augustana all over Forgy that time. Almost ripped him in half. Pardon me, that's Hayes again. It's Hayes. Just 1 yard, 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, Hayes and Forgy have similar running styles, similar builds. That's a good thing if you got a couple of guys that can beat you back there.
Just a 4-man front here for Augustana defensively on 3rd and a yard. Dannenbrink gives it off, and there's a first down for Hayes. Right side of the line cleared out the Vikings defense.
Keep those chains moving. Keep that defense on the field. Definitely a game plan working well so far for Wayne State.
Hayes will stay out there. Forgy is talking to a staff member on the sideline, but he's not getting examined. A little curious seeing so much of Hayes. Not that he's not performed well, 43-yard touchdown, but Forgy leads the league in every rushing category and is number 5 in the nation in rushing, and he's spending a whole heck of a lot of time on the sideline right now.
Yeah, it makes you wonder a little bit, but they've used Hayes a lot this season, and again, had 2 long touchdown runs there a few weeks ago against Minnesota State that were pretty pivotal in that game. So no slouch as a backup, but you have Dawson Forgy, such a special player. You'd like to have him out on the field as much as you can.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of awkwardly stretching a little bit. Still talking to a training staff member on the sideline. Here's Hayes around the left side and can't quite sneak through the hole. There was nobody in the second level, if not for the stop made by Ashton Toll. 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Did a good job just to hang on to him there and set up another 3rd down. Now, Wayne State's been able to convert on those 3rd downs, but there you go. To get to him, hang on to him. Big 3rd down here in this first quarter for Wayne State.
Dannenbrink facing lots of pressure, hangs in, throws complete, wide open. Alex Phelps reverses course and thrown forward. Ecstatically points his hand, signaling first down, managing it to the 33-yard line.
Well, I think you have to give a lot of credit to that offensive line. That blitz pickup, Augustana was sending the house, and also Dannenbrink just hung in there, did a great job keeping his feet, setting his feet, and allowing his receiver to get open. Big first down, another 3rd down and long situation they've converted on.
And a 20-yard gain. Now Dannenbrink, after a pump fake, slides forward, gets 1 yard out of it. Now, what a savvy move by Dannenbrink. This is a sophomore who missed half of the season with a severe leg injury, but he stood so strong in the pocket in the face of a 7-man blitz, knowing there was going to be somebody open. If he just let the route develop, then he threw it right on the money to Phelps.
I'd have been squealing and running the other direction.
And the officials will stop play. 5:45 remaining here in the opening quarter on your Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard.
Terrell Tompkins coming out of the ball game. He kind of threw his hands up like he wasn't sure why. I don't know if it's a...
Did he lose his helmet, the possession before?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's upset about it. Get a swig from the Gatorade bottle, be right back in. Empty set for Dannenbrink. He's running it to the left, has space, but not for very long. Ripped down at the 29. How about that closing speed from the Augustana defense? I believe that was Brody Schuss, the freshman safety.
And another, you watch this offensive line, watch the pull. And two guys out there pulling right in front. Looked like that was going to break maybe for a big one, but yeah, great job there defensively. Get over there and make that play.
3rd down and 5. The Wildcats have not been stopped yet. Jason Jones is in at running back. They'll give it to him. Jones stopped after a couple of yards. And 4th down and 3 looms. Dawson Forgy, definitely not 100%. There is no reason he'd still be on the sideline.
I got Hayes coming back in the game. So, yeah, obviously something not right with Dawson Forgy. Looks like Wayne State's going to go for it here. No field goal team out here on 4th and 3.
That was a 3rd down play call, knowing you had a 4th down coming. Nine seconds on the play clock. And maybe this will be a timeout from Coach Masters, and it is. So we may indeed see Boston Hensley and the kicking unit come out. That's where we'll pick things up. Wildcats in front 7-0 on NCN.
Visit Wayne State College and you're likely to hear,
I got this.
From students pursuing their careers in nursing.
I got this.
Or in our business and industrial technology programs.
I got this.
Or in NCAA athletics.
You got this.
And especially at graduation.
I got this.
With 130 programs of study, manageable costs, and automatic scholarships for all first-time freshmen, you'll be saying,
I'm so doing this.
Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Well, bad news for Wayne State College fans. Dawson Forgy, hoping to set school records today, has taken his pads off, or at least his top pads, and is still on the field, but certainly they're working through something with him. And the offense stays out there. 4th down and 3 after the timeout. Dannenbrink hands off. It's an end around, and it's wide open for Colton Andrews. With his quarterback blocking, Andrews gets inside the 5-yard line. On 4th and 3, it's a reverse, and the Wildcats have 1st down and goal.
What a great call that was. Absolutely had Augustana going the wrong direction. That was set up so beautifully and caught the Vikings by surprise.
Gave it to Hayes, who flipped it perfectly on the end around. Oh, beautiful play design and execution. And now the ball's at the 4 for the Wayne State College offense, trying to build a 2-score lead against the 13th ranked team in the country. To Hayes, and Brennan Hayes holds on, keeps the legs churning, powers through the tackle of the Vikings defense for 6 points. The second of the game for Brennan Hayes, and a chance to make it 14-zip for the Wildcats.
I know it sounds crazy to say this, but there's not a big drop-off, I don't think, between Forgy and Hayes. Hayes is an excellent running back. And again, that's just tough running there, right up the middle of that Augustana defense, powers his way into the end zone. Boy, Wayne State has been unstoppable on the offensive end here in these first 2 drives.
And the extra point is good. Brock Salm, 225-pound sophomore backer, in the right spot, but Hayes went right through him for the score, and it's 14-zip Wayne State with 3.5 left in the first.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
Touchdowns 6 and 7 on the season for Brennan Hayes, coming here in quarter number 1. As Dawson Forgy is still seeing if he's going to be able to get back into this game. They took his pads off moments ago. The record-setting running back kneeling down on the sideline right now with a coach and 2 trainers looking at him directly next to the Gatorade containers. We're hoping he can get back in there, but regardless of that, the Wildcats are thrilled to be up 14-0. They haven't allowed a first down, and they've scored on both of their drives.
They're very dominant. You would not guess this is Augustana they're playing the way they're dominating this first quarter.
We'll see what kinds of offensive adjustments Augustana can make coming out of this. This Vikings team used to putting up points. They average 35 per game.
Yeah,
and they aren't even getting first downs.
Yeah, this is a good offensive unit. I think you're going to have to probably throw the ball a little bit here and try to back this defense up. This defense is so good at stopping the run. But the peril there is that they've got a great pass rush, does Wayne State as well. So when you face a defense like this, you got to try to pick your poison and figure a way out to try to exploit whatever they don't do quite as well as what they do well.
Blunt straight up the gut, gets 5 on first down. Augustana started its last drive with a 6-yard run, then threw 2 incompletions. Lucero is 0 for 4 through the air so far. Maybe the answer is the ground game.
Yeah, maybe so. You wouldn't think so against Wayne State.
Wayne State has the number 5 rushing defense in the country.
Yeah.
And Lucero's alone in the pocket right now. Gets an awkward snap, throws it down the left side on the go route, and just a bit long. Looking to find Cody Oswald. And it's 3rd down and 5.
There's good pressure that time by Carter Sitzman coming around that right end. And pressure, I don't care who you are, if you're Tom Brady, if you get to the quarterback and make him hurry, those throws are going to be off, and he's going to eventually make mistakes. That's one thing with this Wayne State defense. They're really good at harassing quarterbacks.
The timing was off on the snap there. Could have thrown that whole play off. With 4 wide receivers, Lucero trying to get his first completion. And he does, and it's good for a first down. Finding his big target there along the left side.
That's a tight end.
Who is not listed on the roster provided to us. We'll effort to get that for you. And they'll move the chains for the first time. Lucero gets his first completion. That is Clayton Sattler.
That was who they were trying to go to in that first drive where the ball was batted down.
Here's Blunt on the delayed handoff. Gets past the first host of tacklers and shoved out of bounds near the first down marker. Now the Vikings are off and running near midfield.
Yeah, they get that first down. That's kind of a big deal right now. Just get something going. Get in some sort of rhythm.
Blunt's had a nice year. Doesn't have the cumulative numbers of Forgy, where he has just 640 rushing yards, but he averages 7.5 yards every time he's given the football.
You'll take that for sure. Very productive when he has his opportunities.
And on 2nd and 1, it's back to Blunt. Bounces it outside, and this Wayne State defense is right there with him. He does manage the first down, picking up a yard.
Yeah, Blunt at 5'6", 165. A tough guy to find behind those big offensive linemen.
No doubt. Alex Kowalczyk did this time. We called his name earlier. He's been a stalwart for the Wayne defense, and excited to hear during senior day today, doing the player biographies, he's set to graduate with his master's degree in December. That's some efficient studying.
That's awesome. When you stick around, you have those injuries that keeps you on campus, but it turned out to be a good thing because he's got a heck of a degree.
Pressure. Lucero steps through it, has a man. It's incomplete, but a penalty flag thrown in the middle of the field.
Might have defensive holding here.
It was Sitzman who got the pressure but couldn't bring Lucero to the turf. Just a subtle step forward in the pocket allowed him to get that pass off. Looks like it's on the offense.
There is no foul.
You heard head referee Sean Johnston make the call, and it's second down and 10.
Where that flag was thrown, that's oftentimes a defensive penalty, so that's a break, I'd say, for Wayne State. Don't know what the officials saw, but fortunately no penalty on the Wildcats.
Just two wide receivers. It's a run play, and there's that Wayne State defense we've heard all about. Caden Sutton, the nose guard, a senior, and he gets in the backfield to make a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Caden Sutton, he is a big, big man. And we've seen him earlier this year with being able to get out and run on a defensive touchdown. 6'1", 290. That's a guy, I don't want to get in front of that guy. I don't want to try to tackle him.
And the Wildcats have to burn their second timeout of the first quarter. Couldn't quite get the correct personnel grouping out there defensively. So it will be third down and 12 with 24 seconds left in the first quarter when we return to Cunningham Field on News Channel Nebraska.
My name is Jody Larson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. Working for a community bank for me just seems so much simpler because you get to make your decisions here locally. We get to be the heart of the community, and we get to know each other more by name. They're not just a number coming in. We really, truly care about every single person that passes through the door. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Elevate your drive with the GMC Sierra 1500 at Woodhouse Buick GMC. Explore special financing and current offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Michael Shifley, Lou Siefker with you. Out of the defensive timeout, Wayne State trying to get a third down and 12 stop. Two backs in the backfield with the freshman QB. And Lucero has time, has a man, but does he have the first down? No. Good job closing in. E.J. Davis stops Blunt after a 6-yard gain, making it fourth down and 4. And that is the end of quarter number 1. All right, well, that gives us a chance here during this quarter break to take a step back, and we'll see some highlights. Here's that touchdown. That one broken tackle was all that was needed. Look at Brennan Hayes do the rest, getting helped out with some good wide receiver blocking. And more Hayes. He was stonewalled.
Yeah.
But he kept charging forward and got in.
Tough run.
Man, that's impressive. That's your second string running back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bunch of riches there for Logan Masters, head coach, having those two backs.
You know, one thing when we're talking about this defense, one thing that they can do is they can get to the quarterback with a four-man rush. They don't have to blitz, and when they do blitz, they can be creative with that. They can come from different angles and different sides of the field and get to the quarterback. But what a luxury that is when you can have four guys, a four-man pass rush, and still get to the quarterback. Makes it very difficult for the offense when you can do that, and certainly when you got a guy like Augustana has here at quarterback in Lucero, who's a true freshman from Chandler, Arizona. Good football player, but still a freshman.
Well, the offense stays out, and this will be a test for that first-year signal caller. Fourth down and 4 from the Wildcat 44-yard line. And a penalty flag comes out. A false start maybe dooming this 4th down attempt for Augustana.
That's going to be 4th and 9 now.
And that is the case. The offense exits the field.
Number 18,
Well, that's on their wideout that has made a couple of plays here early in this game, and a miscue means the punt unit emerges.
I don't know what they had planned there, but that was a bit of a gamble. And that penalty just erased anything that they were thinking about doing.
Jake Piscina had a brilliant first punt and gets this one high in the air and stops it at the 5. You know, we have Egg Bowl MVP sheets here for later in the game. If Augustana with Jake Piscina, he has been booting that ball today, and this time gets it down to the 9, make that the 7-yard line, actually. Will force Wayne State to try to go the distance. It is the Egg Bowl today. What the heck is the Egg Bowl? Great question. Well, it's sponsored by Michael Foods. It's been going on now the 37th year, and it's led to $175,000 being raised for Wildcat student athletes, celebrating the long-standing partnership with Michael Foods just down the road there in Wakefield, the largest producer of eggs in the country, and supporters of Wayne State College. And they're being celebrated today, which is also Veterans Appreciation Day. All veterans, free admission to this ball game.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love the Egg Bowl. Every year we get to call this Egg Bowl. A couple of years ago they played Augustana, and it was a 14-12, I believe, final. It was cold. That was a cold game. Much different today.
Dawson Forgey back in the contest. Great to see that. They took his pads off, were examining him. He was test running, got his pads back on, and now he's running right behind his pads to set up 3rd down and 5 or 6 here.
Yeah, that's surprising. When they're taking pads off, that usually means your day is done, but they must have figured that they could work something out, whatever it was that was ailing him. Good to see him back in the ballgame.
From the 12-yard line, Forgey is split to the left. And running to the left is Dannenbring, gets a block, can't quite spring it. Good pursuit by the defense. Tackle made by Cade Larson, junior from Harrisburg, South Dakota. And on 4th down and 2, Logan Masters sends out the punt unit for the first time.
Yeah, got it close, but no first down. Give yourself a little bit of room to punt from. Now, the bad news is you're punting into the wind. Now look over at the flag. The wind is seemingly dying down a little bit and not quite as gusty as it was earlier this morning and this afternoon.
Huber, a dangerous returner. Here's Burrell with the punt. It's not a good one, and that barely gets past the 20. Where's that ball marked? At the
27?
27. Okay, so that was a 12-yard punt. So special teams, Augustana wins that duel with a terrific punt by Piscina, and they get a bad one on the other end, and the Vikings benefited from that false start that had them not go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that's like a turnover.
Starting at the opponent's 27. Perhaps injecting confidence into the 13th ranked team in the country. Pressure comes on Lucero. He evades it, has space, keeps the football, and gets sacked. Alex Kowalczyk charged in and ripped the quarterback down. Lucero had all sorts of turf out there and opted not to run it.
Yeah, they're getting pressured again by Carter Sitzman. He was really having Corbin Workus, the left tackle for Augustana, has had a tough time keeping him out of the backfield. But, yeah, he had a lot of room to run right there. You see that he was trying to make a play, and that backfired. You lose 3 yards.
Terrific play to avoid the sack.
Yeah.
You take your 4 or 5 yard gain out of that if you're the freshman Lucero. He'll learn that on film. Here he gives it. Blunt has a big hole up the middle, then makes the safety miss and twist forward to the 24. And 3rd and manageable thanks to the strong run.
Yeah, that was a quality run. You're right. Now 3rd down at about 6, so definitely doable here for the Vikings.
And the fastest tempo we've seen so far for Augustana. They're going to the end zone towards Huber, and he hauls it in. A touchdown pass of 23 yards from Rich Lucero Jr. to Isaiah Huber. And the senior cuts it to a 1-score game.
Well, first of all, Lucero threw a nice ball there and put it to where his receiver could go get it. But what a catch there in that corner of the end zone there by Huber. And that bad punt basically acts like a turnover, gives Augustana the short field, and they do what good teams generally do with those opportunities. They cash it in for points.
4th touchdown catch of the year for Huber. Pacina's extra point is through. Rich Lucero has thrown 13 touchdowns in his freshman campaign, and he has the Vikings right back in it. The new score on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard, 14-7. Wildcats lead.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
Augustana set to boot it away after their first touchdown of the game. And the Wildcats will elect to let that go into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see that touchdown pass again.
It was good coverage. It's just an excellent pass out in front of the receiver. Kind of blanketed there.
A little bit of a juggle, but he hauled it in. I think a review would not have changed that.
That was Johnson on the coverage there for Wayne State, but the ball was placed so well, and Huber with almost a one-handed catch there. That was a great pitch and catch for the Vikings.
Brady McGill in at quarterback for Wayne State, bounces off the first Viking, and then hauled down after just a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9. So Dannenbrink taking every snap up to this point, but now Coach Masters and his offensive coordinator, Brody Rohach, going to the other quarterback for a moment, at least.
Yeah, they like both of these guys. This will be interesting next season as well.
Handoff, Forgy bounces free, but there's the secondary coming up to make the stop, and T.J. Murray, a senior for Augustana that doesn't want this to be his final game. If Augustana wins, they have a pretty decent shot. And I'd say likely they'll be in the playoffs if they win this.
There are 8 out of 8 teams right now that would make the playoffs if the season had ended before this Saturday.
The 3rd down and 9. McGill unloads to Forgy, and Augie had it played. The screen goes nowhere. Isaac Sipple, senior linebacker, corrals him for no gain. And the Wayne State offense that couldn't be stopped on the opening 2 possessions gets 3 and out each of the next 2.
Yeah, Augustana making some adjustments, obviously. That time on that screen, Sipple, he smelled that one out. He had that play read immediately and made a nice, sure tackle.
Brawl, after a poor punt, gets off a boomer this time, and Huber gets some contact, and a penalty flag comes out. Wayne State's Curtis Whitty unable to avoid a glancing blow on Huber, who had a late signal there.
Yeah.
for a fair catch.
Yeah, very late signal, but you still have to avoid. You've got to allow him to catch the football, and he can't make that contact. So that's going to help Augustana with some extra yardage.
And a 15-yarder. That is just shoulder on shoulder on a glancing blow.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough.
Unfortunate, but yeah, you can't have contact with the guy trying to catch that punt.
So now starting at their own 46, a second possession in a row for Augustana with excellent field position. They capitalized last time. They give to Blunt to start this drive, and Alex Kowalczyk. He just had a fingernail there inside the uniform, and it was enough to hang on and slow down Blunt for the stop.
Yeah, Kowalczyk did a great job. He got off a blocker very quickly and was able to reach out there and grab.
And this was a fingertip.
Blunt. Yeah, watch this here. Great job getting off the block and getting his arm out there and making that tackle. That's a big-time play by Kowalczyk.
Got him a little bit behind the line of scrimmage even. An empty set for Lucero with 5 wideouts. 4-man pass rush. Lucero has it complete to Huber, who's pushed out of bounds. Coverage from Kamel Johnson, the redshirt freshman from Florida. 3rd down and 4.
That's where Wayne State got to get off the field here. 3rd down.
The Vikings are going fast again. Wildcats showing blitz. So Augie looks to the sideline. And offensive coordinator Andrew Loudenbach. Dragging that play clock down. Here's Lucero. Stands in there. Throws it down the slot. Incomplete. In and out of the hands. And it's 4th down and 4.
It's a tight end play again.
Yeah, looking for Clayton Sattler once more.
Yeah, Clayton Sattler has been a target several times today. That was good coverage there to break that pass up. Now Wayne State gets another chance offensively.
It's a really good throw by Lucero. Defensive back doing just enough to jar it away. Cheney deep. Knee-high snap. And this time, not a standout punt from Pesina.
All right, I'm going to scratch him off of my Egg Bowl MVP after that one.
And take over at the 25-yard line. That's a 27-yard punt. And Wayne State's offense will try to regain the momentum it had early in the game. And once again, Brady McGill emerges as the quarterback.
If your punter's the MVP, that probably means you're not doing very well, right?
It means you didn't score a lot. 5 men along the line of scrimmage for the defense. They're trading off backs and QBs, and Hayes shoved backwards. Zach Richardson, 300-pound senior D tackle, holding him to no gain. 2nd and 10.
A big dog there, Zach Richardson from Canton, South Dakota. That's not too far away from Sioux Falls.
McGill without a running back with him in the backfield. Multiple tight ends in this set. It's a quarterback run. McGill wrapped up after a short gain. Again, Murray coming from the 2nd level. Just a couple of yards. 3rd down and 8.
It looks like McGill is the guy they wanted to, at the quarterback spot to run the football. We've seen a couple of quarterback runs with McGill, but so far they've not been working very well. Now we're looking at 3rd and 7. Going to have to probably throw the football here to get a 1st down.
Just 12 rushing yards this quarter for Wayne State, about the midway point. Here's McGill looking to pass. Steps up, throws it, caught, brilliant catch, and diving near the 1st down marker.
Looks like he got it.
Wayne State's Colton Andrews, and he applies the signal. 1st down.
Andrews, the senior, that's a senior play. Just a short crossing route and then he's able to dive at the end of that play for the first down. Great job. Great effort. I'm pretty sure he was the one blocking on that touchdown run. He's having a good game, the senior out of Omaha.
Just making the catch there was impressive.
Yeah.
7 to go here in half number 1. Wayne State trying to extend its lead. And the football may have come out. It did. And a quick signal saying it's recovered by the defense. So Augustana comes away with it. Getting at the bottom of that pile was Brock Salm, the linebacker. And they got it out of Forgey's grasp. And a big turnover by the Vikings defense.
Is that Richardson that had the football? Number 98. I thought I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah, there was the punch out. And yes, you're correct. It was Richardson who leapt on it.
So great series there for Richardson. He was dominant. Gets that fumble recovery. Now a true turnover following a bad punt a little while ago. So it's another short field for the Vikings.
Just the third fumble lost this year by the Wayne State offense. Blunt gets the carry and doesn't get too far because Alex Kowalczyk is there again. Just 2-yard pickup.
I got a feeling that Alex Kowalczyk tackles his roommates on the way to the refrigerator. That guy tackles everything.
An institution here at Wayne State College. Lucero finds Blunt, and Blunt picks up a few. Nobody open downfield. 3rd down and maybe 5.
And Blunt got out of bounds on that play to avoid Kowalczyk, who was charging after him.
He's been learning.
Yeah, smart man out there. I said, again, that these 3rd down plays are so big. Wayne State early in the game was able to convert several of them on those 2 touchdown drives. But lately it's been Augustana on 3rd or 4th down.
Or make that 2 for 6, what I'm intending to say. 2 for 6 on 3rd down for Augustana. Going with a 2-back set. And it's Lucero throwing over the middle, wide open, Huber, and he easily gets the first. Got loose there near the line of scrimmage on the crossing route.
Well, I've got to give Augustana some credit. They're doing a good job here protecting Lucero, their quarterback.
And the Vikings have snatched the momentum for a dominant first quarter by Wayne State College. They're trying to pull even late in this second quarter. 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. The freshman quarterback gives off to Blunt, who gets past the first tackler and then gets shoved backwards. This time
was Hinton.
Clyde Hinton, junior from Plattsmouth, Nebraska, makes the stop.
The Sam linebacker, Clyde Hinton, another good linebacker. This is a good group of backers that Wayne State has.
And there's a reason they're the top rush defense in the nation.
Yeah, for sure.
In the conference, number 5 in the nation.
Right. Not just the down linemen, but those linebackers come up in run support and tackle very well.
2nd down and 8. Lucero on play action. Goes towards the end zone. He has Huber wide open. And his star wide receiver has his 2nd touchdown grab of the game. And the Vikings are a point away from tying it up.
Again, I think that was Johnson, Jamel Johnson. That's twice that Huber has been able to beat Johnson in a 1-on-1. And boy, you give Lucero time to throw. He's going to find his man. And many times it's Isaiah Huber, who's an outstanding receiver. Very difficult matchup 1-on-1 for anybody.
Now 5'10", 190. That's why likely he's at the Division II school. It might have been offsides there on the Wildcats. But, man, has he been productive this season, leads the team in all the receiving categories, and you can see why. He's getting some separation. The point after is good. The penalty doesn't matter, and with 4.5 left on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard in half number 1, we're all tied up in the Egg Bowl here in Wayne.
At TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer, with a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Be sure to stick around for halftime, folks. We're excited to be talking to the athletic director for Wayne State College. That'll be at halftime. Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. If you haven't been following this volleyball team, start now. They are national title contenders. We're going to talk about that and more here with the administration for Wayne State College coming up at halftime. I'm Michael Shively. He's Lou Siefker, and we're tied up at 14 towards the tail end of the second quarter. It is a tale of two quarters. Wayne State's unstoppable. Everything going their way in quarter number one, but a whole host of reasons the Wildcats have struggled, and if you struggle against the 13th ranked team in the nation, they're going to get some things going their way too.
Yeah, Wayne State still has a 173 to 112 lead in yardage. It's been the short fields for Augustana, one off the bad punt and then one off the fumble. They've taken advantage of both of them, which is, again, that's what great teams do. They make you pay for your mistakes.
Carry there for Dawson Forgey. Bennett Dannenbring back in at quarterback. The last two possessions, it was Brady McGill. So Dannenbring was the guy that orchestrated the two touchdown drives. Coach Masters hopeful he can do another one here. Has time, rolls out, tucks it, and good tackle made by the linebacker Salm. Just a 4-yard gain, not just a couple-yard gain, and it's 3rd down and 6.
And Salm took a great angle there and cut his legs out. Great job by the sophomore linebacker from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Good northern flavor on this Augie team.
Yeah.
South Dakota, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Only 7 Nebraskans on the roster, none of them on the 2-deep for Augustana. Dannenbring throws to the sideline, and a penalty flag there. You knew it was coming. It's just a matter of when. Brody Schuss going to be the guilty party. They were trying to get Alex Phelps. He came back to the football, and the defender ripped him down.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be a fan up here, but I'm like there going, what are you doing? You gotta go. Yeah, that was right down in front of us here, and that was very obvious penalty. No doubt about that one.
A little muffled on the microphone for Sean Johnston, but it was indeed pass interference and a 1st down for the Wildcats. So Dannenbring gets it in the air to the correct person, and penalty flag initiated. And you see it there.
That penalty was one that an old blind guy like me can readily see.
Now on 1st down, it's Forgey. Play blown up a little bit, but he stays on his feet and finds a gap. Dawson Forgey escorted out of bounds. Now into Viking territory to the 37-yard line.
The big road grader, number 77, Will Waschenberger, the center. Watch this play. Watch Waschenberger out in front of this. First of all, I mean, maybe, take the kids out and have them, don't let them see that, because Waschenberger is running with some bad intentions. Got a good block there that sprung that play.
That has been a favorite play call. He's been polling a lot here this afternoon. Forgey goes in motion, gets the handoff. No, he doesn't. Dannenbring keeps it, and a Wildcat loses his helmet. Oh, it's Dannenbring. He lost his helmet, so McGill already out onto the field as Dannenbring has to come out because he lost his helmet. So McGill will get another snap at QB here.
That's unfortunate. You lose your helmet. You got to sit out a play.
2nd down and 10. Didn't get anywhere with that keeper. .15 on the play clock. Nobody on the left side of the formation. Play goes to the right, and Forkey doesn't have much room to work with. Gets 1 yard, and it's 3rd and 9.
Well, how nice would it be if you're Wayne State here to finish this drive with points coming down toward the 2-minute timeout.
You're not in field goal range. You're not really in a logical punt scenario. So interesting play call coming up on 3rd down and 8, and that will be the play we have coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Tied at 14 between Augustana and Wayne State College in a Northern Sun Conference tilt in the regular season finale.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game. Speedy Mart convenience stores, fueled for every road.
Third down and 8 in a big play here for both sides. Augustana hoping to get the football back and a chance to take the lead at the end of this half. Wayne State trying to get some points out of this possession to regain the lead. And it's Bennett Dannenbring with Dawson Forkey to his left. Out of the 2-minute timeout.
Coach Rojas has decided for this play call.
Gives to Forkey. Forkey nimbly moves forward to the 33. That's a 3-yard gain. It's 4th down and 6. So do you punt it here and try to make Augustana go the length of the field in 90 seconds, or go for it?
I think they're going to go for it here. We're under 2 minutes, all the way down to 137, 136.
I'm surprised Augustana didn't call timeout. They have all 3 timeouts and just let 35 seconds run off the clock. Perhaps playing some respect there to the Wayne State defense with that decision.
See how aggressive Wayne State is on this play call.
On 4th down and 6, Dannenbring gets out of the pocket, still looking downfield, throws towards Forkey. Peterson was coming back to it, but pressure leads to an incompletion. And with 1:10 remaining in the first half, Augustana will take over at their own 33 if they get any points on this possession. A team that was absolutely throttled in the first quarter could have had a halftime lead.
Yeah, what a swing. What a tale of 2 quarters. Wayne State dominant in the first, and I wouldn't say Augustana was dominant in the second quarter, but they've had the opportunities, certainly, and taken advantage of those.
Well, minute 10, plenty of time when you have 3 timeouts. And Augustana has operated successfully out of the no huddle at points today. Lucero against this vaunted Wayne State defense throws complete to Huber on a slow developing route on the right side. Good rollout design, and he put the ball on the money for a first down.
Well, that's what makes Huber so valuable, is not only his ability to catch the ball, but his ability to get open and help his quarterback out, come back to the football, give your quarterback a target, get that first down.
5 catches, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Phenomenal. A bunch formation on the left side. Only 6 seconds went off the clock there to get 12 yards. Lucero. Pump fake, throws over the middle, complete. Well, a veteran move going to his second read and finding Caden Sattler for another first down pickup.
Sattler has been the man He's been targeted several times.
Late substitution for Wayne State,
Ooh.
and it doesn't matter. The rush gets home on a stunt. Sitzman barrels into the chest of Lucero in a huge play for the Wayne State defense to stop the Viking momentum. And Augustana has to call timeout. Let's see this again.
You watch him come from the end into the middle. That stunt up the middle and gets the first sack of the ball game. Sitzman is such a dominant defensive lineman. I think that's a great idea, is to move him around a little bit on those stunts so you don't know exactly where he's coming from all the time.
Carter Sitzman, a preseason All-American. That was sack number 5.5 for him on the campaign. He's performing at an all-conference level once more. The junior out of Lincoln Christian has been all over Lucero today, and good to remind him of that for that sack. This Wayne State defense is the #1 sack defense in the Northern Sun.
You prepare to get hit by Sitzman. I think you stand out in traffic, right? And that's how you prepare for that. That's like getting hit by a car.
Indeed. I would not want it to happen, especially on your blind side, as was the case there for Lucero. Prompt usage of the first timeout by head coach Jerry Olszewski in his 13th season leading Augustana. Has built this into perhaps the premier football program in the conference. They've won the last 2 conference titles, and with a win today would get a share of the conference title.
Great coach.
On 2nd and 16, play action, 4-man pressure, and
intercepted,
picked off by the Wayne State defense. They saw that one coming, and jumping the route, Braden Cheney, the junior from Gretna. A massive play for the Wildcat defense.
Yeah, Cheney read that one beautifully. Absolutely knew what was coming. That's guys that, like Cheney, he's a junior. I mean, guys that have played a lot of football. That's when the game slows down, you can see what's happening in front of you and make those reads. And not only was that a good read, but just closes on that and makes a sure catch. You see guys a lot of times that step up there that don't make the catch, but that's a big-time interception.
And now with 42 seconds, Dannenbrink wants to throw, and he does, going deep, and right on the money! He got it to Phelps! Touchdown Wildcats! 56 yards on one play.
Holy cow. Wow, what a turn of events. What a turn of events. It looked like maybe Augustana might be getting in position to put some points on the board. Cheney gets the pick, and one play later, a touchdown pass gives Wayne State the lead.
It can flip in a hurry, folks. Dannenbrink looking at him the whole way. Phelps beat his man, got behind the safety, and raced in for the score. What a perfect ball from Dannenbrink. And Wayne State, which was on its heels, threatening to be trailing heading into halftime after leading 14-0. They'll have a procedure penalty here that backs them up on the point after, but a chance to have a 7-point lead with 33 seconds left in the second quarter.
How about Alex Phelps, the hometown hero from Wayne, America, gets the biggest touchdown catch probably of his short career.
Here is Hensley. And he gets it. The second touchdown receiving for Alex Phelps this season. And a monster one here at the Egg Bowl against number 13, Augustana.
It's time to get in the game. When you team up with teammates, you don't need pads or a playbook. 1 hour a week can encourage a student in your community to win in school and in life. Hundreds of young people are waiting for a mentor to show up and build their confidence, character, and hope for the future. Be the teammate every young person deserves. Clock is ticking. Sign up at teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Dannenbrink to Phelps, and all the momentum back on the side of the team in black and gold. Wayne State trying to kick it off, and if they can hold for 33 seconds, they'll take a lead to the break over a team that was undefeated heading into last week.
Yeah. Yes, I believe they were 5th ranked.
They were number 5,
week.
the highest ranking ever for Augustana.
Yeah, they were. This is a perennial playoff team, a team that was ranked 5th in the country before Minnesota State kind of dismantled them last week.
You know, that was a momentum game, too. That game was tied at 14, and 21 straight points helped Minnesota State to win it by 24. Return coming from just inside the 1. It's Huber. Breaks the first tackle, not the second. Good hit by E.J. Davis of Wayne State. He's jacked up about it. And why wouldn't you be if you're the Wildcats after the last 3 plays?
Yeah.
Sack, interception, 56-yard score.
Yeah, there you go. That's obviously winning football, and great special teams play there. I'm guessing Augustana likely just gets it to halftime now. You don't have very good field position. You don't have much time. You do have a couple timeouts. But unless you get an explosive play here, you're probably going to settle for a halftime break.
And they give it to Blunt. Blunt has some room and has a first down. So what will Jerry Olszewski do with 22 seconds and 2 timeouts? He's not calling the timeout there. So that could go to the break.
Yeah, I think you play it conservative here. Last thing you'd want is a turnover. Give Wayne State another chance.
Back to Blunt. And that's the final play of half number 1. Well, some swings through this first half. Wayne State starts out about as well as a team can, but then Augie comes roaring back, but it's the team in black that finishes the first half strong. And Wayne State on Senior Day carries a 7-point cushion into halftime against Augustana. Stay with us. We have an exciting halftime show with your highlights, a conversation with the athletic director, Ed Moore. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
At Faith Regional Health Services, we know that welcoming a baby is one of life's most meaningful moments. Our supportive, experienced team delivers more than babies. We deliver safe practices, education, and customized birth plans. Whether it's your first child or your 4th, you deserve expert care in a private space that feels calm, warm, and prepared. Faith Regional Health Services. Expert hands for your exceptional beginning.
Visit Wayne State College and you're likely to hear
I got this.
from students pursuing their careers in nursing.
I got this.
Or in our business and industrial technology programs.
I got this.
Or in NCAA athletics.
You got this.
And especially at graduation.
I got this.
With 130 programs of study, manageable costs, and automatic scholarships for all first-time freshmen, you'll be saying,
I'm so doing this.
Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
This is Christina Wemhoff from Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We know not everyone's home loan needs are the same, and that is why our lenders have both the practical experience and product knowledge to ensure your solution is a perfect match for your needs. So we invite you to come into your local Madison County Bank branch and talk to us about your dream home today. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
Shop Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during the Black Friday sales event. Receive 3.9% APR for 72 months plus $18,000 off MSRP on the 2025 Ram 1500. Woodhouse is your trusted Ram dealer.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, Our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
Well, walking into the studio right now, Mike Powicki. He's the athletic director for Wayne State College. Man, what a fun finish to that half, Mike. Welcome to the broadcast booth. We've been having some fun up here.
I appreciate that. That was quite the turnaround, and just the turnaround we needed. So, yeah, a lot of fun. Great day so far.
Yeah, this is the Egg Bowl. It is senior day. This is a team playing some great football. Let's start with those first couple of things. Tradition, long-standing here, the Egg Bowl. What does it mean, and what does it mean to celebrate these seniors?
Yeah, first of all, of our seniors, these guys have been with the program obviously a while now and have been a big part of our turnaround. So really appreciate their effort, what they meant to this program. They played hard, they've been leaders, and really been a big part of the program, turnaround of this program here the last number of years. So really thankful to those guys. And then, yeah, Egg Bowl. It's been a tradition here at Wayne State for a long time. Some great sponsors who step up and support scholarships in the event. I think it's something north of like $175,000 we've raised for scholarships through this, and a partnership with Wabom's longtime egg producing company in Wakefield, which is now Michael Foods. Just a great partnership there, and this has been a great tradition for us. And you know what? Usually it's a little colder in November when we celebrate this, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I was going to say, this has got to be the best weather for an Egg Bowl, maybe ever.
It might be. You know, we were up in Sioux Falls last week with the snow and the cold, and this is quite their turnaround.
Yeah, well, the team shows they can play regardless of the conditions. Now, a couple of years ago, they did play Augustana. There was a little bit more snow on the field for that.
We were chatting about that on the sidelines. I had a shovel in my hand. I was pushing snow, trying to keep the yard lines just as clear as possible. So that was interesting, but always a great rivalry with these guys. They're well coached, obviously in a position also to win the South Division Championship. We're just blessed to have meaningful games here at the end of the season. So great rivalry with these guys, and we'll see what the second half brings.
Now, both squads 4-1 here in the South Division. Of course, there's the big picture Conference 2, which Augustana is contending for a share of that championship. But looking at the South Division, what does it mean for Wayne State College and for Coach Masters to be competing for a division title?
Yeah, you know, just to be playing meaningful games at the end of the season is important. Something like 85 to 90% of the football teams in the country, whether it's Division I or Division II, when they get to the last couple weeks of the season, really aren't playing for anything. And so certainly the South Division is tough every year with Minnesota State, Augustana, Sioux Falls, and of course Wayne State has really made a name for ourselves in the conference and the division overall. So to be competing against those schools, to be in a position to win any championship in the Northern Sun says something about the program, and it's meaningful. And you know, yeah, it's always woulda, coulda, shoulda. Early in the year, we had some early stumbles. We really felt that this was a playoff caliber team that we had here, but the margin of error is just so slim in Division II and certainly in our conference and our region. So the fact that our guys, again, testament to go back, those seniors stuck with it, put their heads down, kept working hard, and now we're playing the best football of the year for us and playing for something. So it's been a great finish to the year. Really proud of Coach Masters and our coaching staff, and of course our seniors and all of our guys to be in a position that we're in.
Yeah, no doubt. While this team's not making the playoffs, they're playing playoff caliber football. You can see that if you're watching the game here today, how they're contending with the 13th ranked team in the country. But it's not just football, Mike, that is excelling here this fall. It's been fun seeing this rise of the volleyball program. It, of course, has been great for a long time, but the expectations weren't quite as high, at least from the national perspective this year, but they sure are now.
Yeah, really lost 2 middle All-Americans last year, and Beller and Bramer, and so I think certainly looking with a reload of young talent that we weren't sure what kind of team we were going to have this year, maybe something building for the future. We knew we were going to be talented and really successful to some degree, but our new additions to the team have just fit in nicely. Our girls are playing at a high level, and to be the number 3 team in the country competing for a conference championship here later today, and hopefully a number 1 seed not only in the conference tournament but maybe even the Central Region tournament here in a couple weeks is special. Like I said before, just playing for any kind of conference championship in our league is difficult and is special, and again, to have 2 teams do it on the same day at home, I mean, what a great environment. But yeah, really proud of Coach Kneifel and Coach DePue, our assistant coach, got Assistant Coach of the Year. They have just been stellar coaches and leaders in our department and really have stood for excellence. And in a league where volleyball is certainly a primary sport and probably one of the best volleyball conferences in Division II. So to be where we are, really proud of those girls and honestly exciting for the future. I mean, that whole team is back next year. We only graduate 1. So obviously a lot to still play for here this year in the next couple weeks.
Well, Coach Kneifel has it humming here in Wayne, and all under Athletic Director Mike Powicki joining us right now. And yeah, so fun to see the conference championships here at stake on a Saturday in mid-November. So volleyball, seeing if the Lopers maybe stumble a bit and give Wayne a chance to host that region championship, which, the national poll, the region poll, which one are you looking at? It doesn't matter. There is elite volleyball being played in Nebraska. The Central region is always the best. They need to spread that thing out, but we don't have enough time to talk about it because we need to talk basketball. Season's just getting underway for the Wildcats. The men's, women's teams in action. That's an exciting thing to see, too, here in November.
Yeah, it's always that fun time of year when we're crossover in fall and winter sports. And so men's and women's basketball, both down in the Kansas City area, in this St. Joe's area, playing the Missouri Western Tournament. Both got a couple of wins last night. I think our men stumbled a little bit today, but women got another win against Northwest Mo. So obviously under new leadership there with Coach Oatmeyer, really excited to see what he can do with our program. He's been successful everywhere he's been. I think he was here with you guys a couple of weeks ago, so you got to talk to him. He's going to be a great coach for the Wildcats, and Coach Kaminsky on the men's side. He's been great for us, big part of turning that program around. We've won a few conference championships underneath him, been to the NCAA tournament, and so, excited to see what both those programs can do here this winter. Both are going to look a little differently, one with a new coach, and on the other side with the men, had some transfers in, so kind of a new look team for us, but kind of the nature of basketball these days in this era. But, yeah, certainly excited to see what those programs can accomplish.
On the band putting on a phenomenal show. What isn't there to like about what's going on in Wayne? That includes the facilities. Mike, what's the latest on all the new developments there?
Yeah, appreciate that. Really blessed. Got great support from our community. Certainly our president, Dr. Amos, she's behind Wildcat Athletics 100% and makes a lot of what we do go. So right now, a lot of attention went to the ARC project. We've talked about that in the past, 30+ millions of improvements that we've done here the last couple of years. But starting kind of that next phase, the old natatorium, now the Gardner Indoor Athletic Complex, being converted to a practice court for basketball and volleyball. That's something we desperately need, and again is going to support those programs, those student athletes. So that's ongoing right now. We're hoping to wrap that up come January, I believe. And then next thing up is this facility right here. This summer, hoping to move forward with completely replacing our track, our turf, and then hopefully the video board as well too. So that's kind of been long overdue, but again, a lot of momentum with facilities, a lot of commitment to facilities, not just in athletics, but across campus. You get people to the campus, they can't believe this gem in Northeast Nebraska. So, again, I use the word blessed. We've got a great community a great alumni base, great leadership all the way up to the system office, and really supporting what we do. But in athletics, we've made giant strides forward here the last few years. Tons of momentum, and we got big plans for the future, too. We want to build champions. We want to support our student athletes and accomplish big things here at Wayne State.
Well, this is a good time to get on board with Wayne State College. Obviously, lots going in the right direction with the athletic department. Mike Powicki, thanks so much for joining us. Can't wait for this second half.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Your halftime highlights coming up next on NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
20 kids, 1 SUV, and 1 mission. Snacks. Speedy Mart is where the snack squad rolls deep. Whether it's before the first pitch or after the final out, we've got drinks, treats, and all the fuel to keep your team going strong. Speedy Mart convenience stores. Quick, convenient, and always ready when the team rolls in. Speedy Mart. Snack strong, play strong.
Visit Wayne State College and you're likely to hear
I got this.
from students pursuing their careers in nursing.
I got this.
Or in our business and industrial technology programs.
I got this.
Or in NCAA athletics.
You got this.
And especially at graduation.
I got this.
With 130 programs of study, manageable costs, and automatic scholarships for all first-time freshmen, you'll be saying,
I'm so doing this.
Get started at explorewayneStateCollege.com.
He's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
Welcome back here on News Channel Nebraska. Yeah, NCN. Yeah, we're 10 years old now. How about that? Check out that graphic there. We're celebrating 10 years with 10 giveaways. And the giveaways start rolling out on Monday. I have to pick. I get the honor of picking the order of the giveaways. So get in now, let me tell you, because we're going to start off some good stuff. I think Nebraska and Iowa tickets going to be one of the first ones given away. So you better enter now. You don't need to do anything besides fill out our form. It's all contact info, so we can let you know that you won. You don't have to answer any questions, do any trivia. You don't have to participate in anything besides filling out our form. NewsChannelNebraska.com. Then there's a little graphic there. Right underneath the main featured news stories on the left side, there's a graphic, Our Gift to Nebraska. Click it, fill it out. It's our gift to you. Enter to win. You have a chance to win awesome prizes. $1,000 cash, Nebraska-Iowa tickets, Omaha Supernovas tickets, maybe a little vacation, get you some hotel stays in either Kearney or Nebraska City, and, of course, Lou, about a $250 value of steak from Nebraska Star Beef. That wouldn't be half bad either.
Where do I sign up? That's my question.
Well, it's NewsChannelNebraska.com.
Hey, there you go.
But if you work for us, you're not eligible.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, so when Sue Leafker wins,
yeah, Sue, she's a good person. I like her.
That's our gift to Nebraska. Thanks for making 10 years possible. Can't wait for the next decade and beyond. Can't wait for this second half. Let's see how the first half went. Well, it went pretty well to begin. There's Brennan Hayes breaking a tackle, getting a couple of good blocks to spring a long 43-yard touchdown run, and he's off. Brennan Hayes makes it 7-zip. After the defense got a 3-and-out to start the contest. More Wayne State on offense, and this time it's an end around. They gave it to Hayes and then flipped it back, And inside the 5-yard line heads Colton Andrews. That was a 4th down play. Setting up more from Hayes. Gets another nice block, then runs through the tackle of Brock Salm to plow his way into the end zone. 14-zip Wildcats in the first quarter. Second quarter, different story. Rich Lucero Jr., the freshman starting quarterback, goes deep, and Isaiah Huber had his man beat. That's a good wideout. At 5'10", 190, the senior hauls it in. Augustana hoping to make a play on defense, too. Dawson Forgy has it coughing. He coughs it up. It was Salm who poked it loose, and Richardson who recovered, and the Vikings are fired up. They want to capitalize. On play action, Lucero to Huber, wide open, and the momentum has completely switched. The Vikings have it. It's tied at 14, and they're thinking they might be able to grab the lead heading to the second half. But the Wildcats step up and make the huge play on defense. INT for Braden Cheney. And now the next play, Dannenbring goes deep and puts it right on the chest of Alex Phelps, who does the rest, celebrates next to our camera, and a really entertaining first half ends with a score of 21-14, gets you plenty amped up for the start of the third quarter.
Yeah, it was a great way for Wayne State to end that half with they had a sack, interception, and then the next play a touchdown pass. And that's you get that lead back. They really dominated statistically in the first half. They had 256 yards of total offense to 141 yards for Augustana. Augustana had those 2 short fields, and they took advantage of that. You give them credit. They have not had the long drive in this ball game for points, and again, very difficult to do against Wayne State's very solid defense. But it's been the explosive plays on Wayne State, really, that's been the difference. We saw the run with Hayes and then a touchdown pass. They've been able to hit those big plays and thus lead here 21-14 as we start the third quarter.
So we mentioned there's high stakes in this game. We talked about it with Mike Powicki. They're at halftime. Yeah. Augustana is playing for a potential share of the conference championship, but this game also could determine the division title and some developments around the league. Is this final? Yes, it is. Minnesota State Moorhead defeats Minnesota State 31-23.
Wow.
That's a big-time upset. So Mankato, Minnesota State Mankato, was 5-1. They finished 5-2 in the division. If Augustana or Wayne State, whichever team wins, is going to finish 5-1 in the division and the division champions. So if Wayne State holds on to a 7-point lead, they'd be South Division champs.
Wow, that's fantastic. Great opportunity here.
We kind of figured it would be a share
Yeah.
or something like that, with depending on what Minnesota State did. But they lost. So Wayne State with a win would be in great position. Duluth still 8-1 in the conference. So if they win today and Augustana wins, it would be a share for Augustana. And a check, it's 14-7, Duluth in front of Minot State at halftime. So you're seeing some of those scores there. But so that Duluth game certainly still in question, too. Start of the second half, and now 2nd and 10. The guys in the backfield to begin it, Dannenbring and Forgy. We've seen both the quarterback and running back spot change out with some frequency for the Wildcats so far.
Yeah, the open receiver there. The pass just a little bit too hot.
Here's Forgy on the handoff, and he doesn't get far. After some big plays to start the game, the Augustana defense has done well against the rush. That time 6'3", 300-pound sophomore Josh Lee O'Brien made the play.
They're slowing the running game down, no question about it. Now Wayne State in a bad spot here, 3rd down and 9.
It's been a good 3rd down offense so far today. And Dannenbrink throws down the left side just beyond the arms of Phelps. They had some good connections, but not that time. And a 3-and-out for the Wildcat offense brings up a big punt situation for Jacob Burrell, who's had a good one and a bad one.
It was a great stop there for Augustana. You want to start the second half, try to get some momentum back. How about a 3 and out and forcing Wayne State to punt here? And as you mentioned, kind of been a mixed bag punting.
No chance at a return, but the Augustana hop means that Augie will get the football on the Wayne State side of the field. And that was about a 20-yard punt.
Yeah, this is the third time now they've started an offensive possession in Wayne State territory. The last 2 times were touchdowns. So Wayne State's got to try to find a way to obviously not allow Augustana to put that ball in the end zone here.
Well, the wind may be a factor on some of these punts because Burrell, he averages more than 40 yards per punt. He's number 4 in the conference in punting.
Yeah.
But and it doesn't have it. Maybe the wind playing a factor. Hand off to Blunt. Nearly squeezes through. Could have had some space, but Kowalczyk is there. He's helped out by Mitchell Anderson, a junior from Bennington, and still a good 5-yard gain on first down.
That's a solid gain. For sure. They're going to go no huddle here.
Offense was humming in the second quarter for Augustana until the interception. Lucero fakes the handoff, throws, nearly picked again. There were 2 Wildcats who had chances at that one, both Kamel Johnson and Braden Cheney.
Yeah.
Cheney trying for his second of the day, and the freshman starting to put some in harm's way this afternoon.
Yeah, Cheney was upset there, wanted that second pick.
And it's 3rd down and 4.
We'll see how Augustana does on this play. Do you think about 4 downs at the 40-yard line of the Wildcats?
That's Huber in motion. They're looking his way. Lucero tucks it, and he's hit, spun, and knocked down at the 40. No gain. It's 4th down and 4.
That took some shots there. It looks like they're thinking punt, maybe pin Wayne State deep. I think if you pick up a couple of yards there, you think about going for it. But no gain on that play, 4th and 4. Play the field position game.
I think that was designed for Huber. Oh, boy. Well, you got the wind at your back. Jake Pacina, 7 for 11, a long of 52. This is 57 yards.
Yeah. This is a
Wildcats do have a guy deep in Phelps. Might be able to catch it if it comes up short. Here's the kick. It's a laser, and it's good.
Oh, my goodness.
57-yard field goal for Jake Pacina. A season long for him, and it draws his squad to down 4 early in the 3rd quarter.
All right, I'm writing Pacina back on my ballot.
Special teams firmly on the side of the visitors. You're watching NCN.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location offers so much care so close to home.
Let's see that kick again. Good snap and hold. He drilled that thing.
Wow, very impressive.
Good from 60.
Did have the wind at his back, but still drilled it. Yeah, that's a big-time kick, and brings Augie to within 4 here. Going to put a little pressure on Wayne State. Wayne State went 3 and out last time. Got to find a way to move the football. They moved the ball very well in the first half, although they were slowed down in that second quarter.
Yeah, no surprise. That one goes through the back of the end zone. The special teams, a big part in this game. Pacina flipping the field and pinning Wayne State deep with his punts, and there he boots a 57-yard kick through the uprights.
A valuable guy. I mean, a lot of times you don't think about kickers, when you're talking about valuable players, but I think Pacina, all jokes aside, he's been one of the more valuable players in this game. He's an excellent punter, and we just saw his ability to kick field goals, drilling a 57-yarder.
So the Wildcats looking to respond, but still with the lead. They give it to Forgy on the sweep. He cuts it upfield into the arms of a Viking after just a 1-yard pickup. So the rushing offense has slowed down considerably for the Wildcats since busting a few big ones in the first quarter.
Grady Sherman, one of the guys, Brock Salm also the linebacker, both of those guys in good position to make that tackle. Only a 1-yard gain.
Now it's Hayes flanking Dannenbrink. 10 seconds on the play clock. It's a handoff to Hayes on the stretch, and he runs through a tackle on his knees and short of the first down. Nice play by Damaris Williamson, a corner.
It was a solid run there for Hayes. Gives Wayne State a much better opportunity. Take about 3rd down and 3 here.
And Hayes stays in the backfield. Extra tight end Tanner Hauk comes in. Augustana showing blitz there from the linebacker spot. That would be Salm if he stays with it. Now he backs off. It's a handoff to Hayes, and he slips through the first tackle and gets a push from his lineman. He was stood up right at the line to gain, and then in comes the offensive line from behind to shove him forward.
I don't know, I'm just hearing
Oh, did they give him the spot, though? They might have said forward progress stopped.
Wow, curious.
I don't know there.
Got a little help from his friends out there, but officials, there must have been a whistle. We can't hear it up here.
Interesting.
4th and 1.
And the offense is still out there. 4-man front for the Augustana defense. 5 seconds to snap it. Hayes has the first down. Went along the left side of the line. It didn't need much and got it.
Right over there by Terrell Tompkins and Quentin Fuller, the left guard.
What a decision by Coach Logan Masters with the lead in the 3rd quarter. That could have given the football to Augustana at the 35.
That is a gutsy call. Yeah, that's feast or famine there.
That is belief in your offensive line.
For sure.
So a fresh set of downs. And it's play action. Dannenbrink unloads, looking for Peterson, just a bit beyond him. Right there, step for step on coverage, Cale Ryan, the sophomore safety.
That decision there to go for it, that's one that, well, if it doesn't work, you're a knucklehead, right? I mean, if everybody wants to criticize you, and if it does work, they talk about you being a great coach or a great gambler or whatever. That's why I'm up here.
It's a high-pressure, split-second decision, and Logan Masters trusted his dominant offensive line. Play action again, trying the right side of the field, incomplete. No penalty flag, despite the best efforts of Wayne State to draw the flag. T.J. Murray on the coverage.
Yeah, Murray was all over him there. Great job on that coverage.
So 2 incompletions after the 4th down pickup means 3rd and 10. Dannenbrink 4 of 10 passing for 91 yards and a TD here today. Vikings are showing pressure, but they drop back. Might have been a tipped ball there. And incomplete anyway, looking for Colton Andrews. And the Augustana defense holds strong once more. Out comes the punt unit. For Wayne State, still punting into the wind.
Yeah. I guess the good news for Wayne State is you get the wind in the fourth quarter. The bad news is you got to punt right now, hanging on to a bit of a tenuous 4-point lead.
Freshman punter from Sioux City. This one's a good one, and Huber makes the fair catch at about the 25. They'll give him the 26. 47-yarder.
Much better kick there by Borrell.
So now starting at their own 26, a much more comfortable position for this Wayne State defense, a defense that has been among the best in the country this year. Top scoring defense, top third down defense in the conference, top red zone defense in the conference. This unit under Scott McLaughlin, elite this season, and the Wildcats will ask them to make at least one more big play in this game if they're going to get the win.
For sure. Coach McLaughlin has done a great job. He's got a lot to work with, though, too, as well. He's got some great players on that defensive side of the ball.
The interception set up that touchdown at the end of the first half, and you think, it's your offense sputtering a bit here at the start of the third quarter. You need the defense to make a big play, maybe a turnover, maybe a big sack, help out with the field position, and give the offense a little bit of help.
Yeah, pick right before halftime was a gigantic play. Augustana, 3 possessions they've started in Wayne State territory, 17 points out of those possessions. When they've started in their own territory, they have not scored.
And it's 2nd and 8 after a short run. They'll give it back. Blunt's trying to reverse course. He does wiggle forward to the 32, gaining 4, and it's 4th down and 4. Or make that 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, here's an opportunity for a big win. They bring Sitzman out. Jackson Boss coming in for Wayne State. They're going to sub a lot. That's one thing with Wayne State is, we talk about how good their defense is, but part of that is because you've got guys that can come in and spell the starters and be equally as productive.
Lucero incomplete over the middle, trying to complete it to his favorite target, Huber, on the slant route. A little bit too much zip on it in front of his target. 4th down and 4.
They feel like if Huber can't catch it, nobody can. But a great stop there. Wayne State gets the 3 and out, gets the football back, and this kind of back and forth here defensively between these two teams as the last few possessions.
See if Johnson can make a play from the punt return position. Good catch on the low snap. Pesina, my goodness, just leaks into the end zone. Johnson knows that he let one go there, kind of puts his hands on his helmet, hoping that one bounces on in. And it did, so the touchback will help out the Wildcat offense, but that was a dangerous choice not to catch that one, if it was indeed a choice.
I think what he did there, though, was a little bit off balance, and that's, if you don't think you can catch it, don't try, because you don't want to fumble the football. Probably a good decision if you're not in position to catch the football, to let it bounce, which is, that again, that's a little bit feast or famine, too, because you could have had the ball at the 1-yard line, but fortunately for Wayne State, that ball got into the end zone.
Now, can they march down the field, get some points? It's Forgy trying to bust it outside. This defense has prevented that here today. And that time limited by Cameron Macheski, 6'1" sophomore from Sioux Falls.
And this Augustana defense has played well, given up some yards at times, but they've really did a good job against the run. Those cutbacks have not been there for Dawson Forgy.
3 wide receivers, 2 of them tight ends. They're on the left side of the line. They're going to be blocking for Forgy, and they don't have the numbers to execute it. Knifing into the backfield that time was Trey Malone, the corner. They saw that formation and knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Hand off to Forgy, where all the blockers were.
That's a well-schooled team there. That's watching film and knowing what's coming. Had that play sniffed out from the beginning.
So a loss of 3 sets up 3rd down and 11 from within their own 20. Four-man rush. Dannenbrink throws towards Phelps. Incomplete. Just got his arm in there. Did Malone. Never turned around, but I think he might have, with the back of his arm, deflected that football, which was going right towards the chest of Phelps.
And Malone with a couple nice plays back-to-back there with a tackle on the run, and then good coverage there on that pass play. The sophomore from Illinois.
Yeah, good route, good ball, just better defense.
There we go again, a kick against that wind.
Burrell is off a spiraling kick, and fair catch made by Huber at the 42. So these teams trading punts here in the 3rd quarter. No touchdowns yet in half number 2. Again, high stakes in this game. Augustana with the win, likely into the Division II football playoffs, and they'd have at least a share of the NSIC title for the 3rd straight season. Never been done in their program's history.
Yeah, it's a great program. They certainly have that chance with the football now, only down 4.
Meanwhile, Wayne State with a win could capture the South Division Championship and a 7-win season. As Coach Masters works to build the program. Hand off to Blunt. Stacked up. Gets 3 yards, though. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, both teams trying to run the football here in this 3rd quarter, and neither one having a whole heck of a lot of success.
Yeah, Augustana on the ground, 50 yards rushing, averaging less than 4 yards a carry. Wayne State on the ground, 169 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, but most of that coming in a couple of big plays.
Yeah, in the 1st quarter. They've not been able to establish the run since then.
Toss to the right side. Blunt gets the edge, but not for long before he's shoulder shoved out by Kamel Johnson. And 3rd down and 2. Big snap directly at midfield on that Wildcat logo. And a change here as the running quarterback comes in. Mac Molander will take this snap with Lucero on the bench. 6'3", 220-pounder, a run specialist at QB. Quarterback keeps. He stood up, but pushed forward. They'll keep him at the line of scrimmage. The big defensive line for Wayne State holds strong against the big running quarterback. It's 4th down and 2. What will Coach Jerry Olszewski do for Augie?
I think they're going to punt, play the field position game. Why not?
Lots of motion there. A couple of fakes. The jet sweep, the handoff, then Molander, nowhere to go. About that stop, led by Luke Lambert, the defensive tackle from Ashland Greenwood.
Yeah, tough, very tough to run into that middle of that Wayne State defense.
Off of a bounced snap. Pacina. It bounces at the 5 into the end zone. Can't pin the Wildcats deep, and Wayne will get it at the 20. A defensive struggle. You'd think it was 20 degrees out with a 40-mile-an-hour wind.
Like it was 2 years ago. That game, again, we mentioned it earlier, but Wayne State won that game 14-12, had like 80 yards of offense in that entire game.
Yeah, they got out-yarded by more than 200, but won.
Yeah.
Hayes gets the handoff, runs into the back of Dane Peterson, slowed him down. Grady Sherman plugging that hole. Just 2 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, that's been problematic for Wayne State here, especially in this 3rd quarter and some in that 2nd quarter as well. Just not running the ball, not able to move that defensive line. You want to win first down and set your offense up for a whole lot of things now, 2nd down and 8.
Tannenbrink wants to run it, has some blockers. Just gets 2 yards again. 3rd and 6. Not an offense that's built for 3rd and long. Yeah, they converted some there in the first half, but once you get off schedule and the defense can expect the pass, that's when the defense is going to have the upper hand.
That's just it. You want to try to stay ahead of the chains there a little bit. And when it's 3rd and short or even 2nd and medium, that your offense is a lot less predictable.
All the wideouts on the left side of this formation for 3rd and 6. 5 seconds on the play clock. Tannenbrink throws low. He was looking for Phelps. And it's incomplete. Check that. Andrews
was open there. Ball just a little short. It went down trying to catch that. If he catches that, he's ahead of the chains. Then it would have been a first down. But how many times have we said this in this quarter? Another punt for Wayne State.
Now, Burrell has been inconsistent, but the last couple, good boots. Needs another one here.
Augustana winning the field position battle in this 3rd quarter.
And Burrell going to try to run for it. He has a lot of space, and he gets it and slides down.
Wow.
Jacob Burrell, he dropped the snap, which was a little bit low. He dropped it, picked it up, made the decision to run, high-stepped through a tackler, and picks up the first down, avoiding disaster for the Wildcats.
Exactly the way you drew it up, right here.
Perfect snap. He just dropped it.
Yeah, Burrell, probably some of those punts gotten in his head a little bit, but what a great job to pick that ball up and run for a first down. That's a big play here in this game that came off of a mistake.
And now the Wildcats go fast. Give it to Forgy. He has a gap, and he's still going across midfield. There's the gash the Wildcats have been waiting for. Dawson Forgy up the gut. 20 yards.
Again, it plays like we just saw with Burrell. It's just a momentum swing. It's like it's almost like another turnover situation where the defense is in sudden change. And here we go with one of the best running backs in an entire Division II here is Dawson Forgy. Here we go again.
Another first down run, and he spins past the first tackler. You got to do more than just get your arms around him. He keeps churning, burning all the way to the 29.
Well, Augie has bottled up Dawson Forgy until these last 2 runs. He's just been running like a man possessed.
And they try a 3rd time. Why not? Dawson Forgy gets 6 yards on first down. He's running with some confidence now, but needs a breather. In comes Hayes, and lineman slow to get up as well. That's Luke Vanderweide, redshirt freshman from Sioux City. He has to head to the sideline. So both sides making some substitutions. That was an injury break to get that lineman off to the side.
Big opportunity here for Wayne State. You can make this a 2-score game going into the 4th quarter.
Hayes gets the first down. More hard running from a Wildcat back.
Well, this is kind of like where you get in a boxing match, you get your opponent stunned. Now you're just going after him. You're throwing some body shots here.
Could be the final play of the quarter. The Wildcats would love to keep going. Hayes, it's a few yards. Forgy going to come back on, but will they snap it here in the next 12 seconds?
Yeah, it doesn't look likely. I think we're headed to the 4th quarter, Michael.
And the Wildcats will start that quarter with a 4-point lead in the red zone against the 13th ranked team in the country. Everyone in black has 4 fingers pointed up, trying to finish their season strong with a monumental upset win. The 4th quarter, and exciting Northern Sun Conference football coming your way next.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
The score on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard: Wayne State 21, Augustana 17. I'm Michael Shively. Lou Siefker with me here at Cunningham Field. Gorgeous day for the Egg Bowl, Senior Day, and conference title implications, playoff implications. You couldn't ask for anything better. Wayne State has it 2nd and 7. Bennett Dannenbring hands to Dawson Forgy, who charges forward to the 10. That's a pickup of 3, setting up 3rd and 4.
Well, I think Wayne State just needed something to happen, something positive offensively, get this offense on track, and it was that Burrell run off the dropped punt. And since then, this running game has looked completely different.
Back to Forgy. Slips through the first tackle, and he's right on the doorstep of the first down, but a late penalty flag comes in. After the play, Jake Steyer was in the area if it's on the offense.
Might be on Wayne State by the reaction of some of the players.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 7, Wayne State College.
So it'll redo 3rd down here, but losing the yardage is huge. That was Steyer.
What a costly penalty.
So after the play, it did something. They're along the left side of the line. The football moves back. Oh, boy. Personal foul, 15-yarder.
Yeah.
So that complicates things further if you're Wayne State. You figure you were in automatic field goal range if you didn't get that first down. But now, when you're looking at nearly a 40-yarder.
That's still fourth.
It's still 4th down.
Yeah. So, long field goal for Boston Hensley, who has historically been a really good kicker, has had his troubles this season.
Just 2 makes in 6 tries. This one from 39. The kick up. And it's good. A big-time kick for Boston Hensley, the junior from Iowa. And it builds the lead back to a touchdown for Wayne State College at the start of the 4th quarter. You're watching exciting college football on News Channel Nebraska.
20 kids, 1 SUV, and 1 mission. Snacks. Speedy Mart is where the snack squad rolls deep. Whether it's before the first pitch or after the final out, we've got drinks, treats, and all the fuel to keep your team going strong. Speedy Mart convenience stores. Quick, convenient, and always ready when the team rolls in. Speedy Mart. Snack strong, play strong.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Price, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Rookie. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
That was a season-long 39-yarder. Wind at the back, probably helping Boston Hensley out. He hopes it does on this kickoff, too. Huber takes it from just inside the 1. Huber has some space, but runs right into a defender at the 20. Good stop by Dane Mock. Just barreled right into him. And he'll set that football up just shy of the 25.
That was quite the collision. Now this is where the defense, Wayne State's defense, so dominant. We just mentioned it a moment ago. Augustana has not had to put together a touchdown drive starting in their own territory all afternoon. All three of their scoring possessions came from short fields. So you feel like if you're Wayne State, you're in good position with Augustana starting the ball at their 20-yard line.
Freshman quarterback Lucero completes it and gets a couple of yards on first down to Blunt. A fascinating situation there with that penalty, Lou, because had you not had that personal foul after the play that made it fourth down instead of third down, it would have been fourth down and less than a yard, and Logan Masters, we'd assume would go for it in that situation.
Yeah, I'm
could
sure.
have been a pivotal play. Could have been a 4-point swing on that penalty.
Yeah, those hurt, but you got points, and now you're up 7, and you've got this defense playing really well. You'd have loved to have had a touchdown on that possession, though.
Complete, just short of the first down at the 30. Got it out to Sam Skolton, junior wideout. Third down and a yard. Everybody in the box for the Wayne defense. They give to Blunt. He stood up, but he does look like get near the marker. Depends on the spot.
It looks like the spot might be short.
Now, the near side official gives a little better spot than the far side. At least better for Augie.
I think he's short.
Yeah.
About a half a yard.
Not even going to measure. So fourth down, less than a yard, and the special teams comes out.
Wow.
Huge stop for the Wayne State defense.
Yeah, you're still in the game. That's probably a good decision by Augustana. You're only down a touchdown. You don't want to go for it here against that defense and not get it, and to give Wayne State their own short field. And you got Pacina out there, a great kicker.
Cheney calls for the fair catch and makes it over his shoulder at the 27-yard line. So the Wildcat defense, they're the best defense in the conference by almost every single metric. But on a 3rd and 1, when the offense needs to pick it up, you stop them, and not even a few inches short, but you stop them a whole half a yard short.
Yeah. Yeah, the defense has been so good all year long, and what a big stop. Now you need the offense to continue what they were doing the last drive. Not just run the football and run it with the passion and that Dawson Forgy has.
They fake to Forgy. Dannenbrink winds up, goes over the middle, and incomplete, but a penalty flag comes out. Ty Johnson running the route, and he got tugged in the process.
Yeah, that's the right call. Definitely a lot of contact there. I think that was the right call for sure. Johnson had a step there.
Malone on the coverage.
Yeah, we had a step on Malone, and Malone got physical with him.
Well, when the Wildcats have thrown it, they have tried to throw it deep. Feel like the underneath route has not been a priority for this offense. They're trying to go deep, and they're trying to draw some penalties on it, and this time they did. Malone catches up and reaches just a bit too soon. Now it's Forgy, and he rushes forward for 10. One of the benefits, you got a guy like Forgy, he's a 200-pounder. You can run him up the middle versus Blunt on the other side is 165 pounds trying to pick up that 1 yard on the third down. You'd rather have those extra 35 pounds on you like Forgy.
Yeah, Forgy, not only a tough guy, but he can be elusive as well.
They give it to him again and can't escape tacklers here. Dawson Forgy is up to 107 rushing yards, meaning he's up to 117, so he is 4 yards away from setting the single-season rushing record.
Wow.
Here at Wayne State College, trailing only Elroy Brown from 1999. 2nd and 11. I'll give it to Forgy. And he scoots forward, getting 8 yards, and that will do it for Forgy. He is now eclipsed 1,360 rushing yards in a single season. And unless he gets pushed backwards, he is the single-season record holder at Wayne State College for rushing yards.
That's fantastic. What a season he has had.
Number 1 in the conference, number 5 in the nation, entering today. And he's hoping that he can put his team on his back, have a division championship winning drive right here. Here's Forgy. He breaks free. Dawson Forgy down the left sideline. A 21-yard jaunt, setting up the Wildcats 1st and 10 from the 21.
Well, all of a sudden, this offensive game plan, this running game especially, has come alive for Wayne State.
Forgy, who we weren't sure if he was even going to return to the game. They took his pads off in the first quarter, missed a couple of drives being tended to by the training staff. He is running hard in the fourth quarter. Hand it to him again. And he gets free. Dawson Forgy inside the 10. Running through contact, running with strength, and 16 yards. He has his hands on his hips. Yeah. He's tired.
He's a little tired and maybe a little sore because we didn't know if he was going to come back in the game. They had his pads off. And yet he comes out there, and you might be a little bit young for this reference, Michael, but I'm thinking John Riggins from the Washington Redskins back in the day. He is just tough as nails.
That was carry number 25 on the game. Now Hayes gets his turn. Hayes with a couple of touchdowns today, manages 2 yards. It's 2nd and goal from the 3.
Well, if you're Wayne State, you're all right with the clock ticking away here. You want to get points, so
you want to get a touchdown specifically.
Yeah, a touchdown for sure. But even a field goal makes it a 2-possession game, and
indeed,
clock is ticking away. You want that 2-touchdown lead, no doubt about it. And as close as you are, I'm sure they're going to. They're thinking touchdown, not field goal.
From the 3, Hayes still in there. They bring Jones in motion, give to Hayes. He's hit and falls forward at the line of scrimmage. Strong tackle. Zach Richardson again. He's had a nice ball game, combined with Brock Salm for that stop.
They got Forgy back in the ball game. Hayes a great player, but this is kind of Forgy time. If you're going to want to win in this game, I'm pretty sure number 0 is going to get the football here.
3rd and goal from the 3. Play clock winding down to 10. Looks like Logan Masters will use a timeout. Wants to get the correct play call for this massive snap. And there is the timeout with 8:03 remaining on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard. Wayne State trying to add to its touchdown lead against number 13, Augustana.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Third and goal from the 3. Dawson Forgy, short.
Ooh.
Stopped at the 1. 4th and goal from the 1 for Wayne State, and decision time. Do you take a 10-point lead, a 2-score lead, or do you go for the touchdown?
You got to consider that. I think they've already talked about that, and I think got a Wayne State player down. I think they're going to go.
This is a factor, though, because that's Forgy who's down.
Oh, no.
That's a massive factor in that decision.
Yeah, for sure.
An excellent drive for Wayne State on the backs of the man who's laying on his back. Dawson Forgey carrying the Wildcats to 1st and goal from the 5. But slowed down on a few carries. 2 by Hayes, 1 by Forgey. Has the football really more towards the 2 than the 1.
Yeah, closer to the 2.
So 4th and goal from there. They failed on a few attempts from the 3.
I think what goes into your decision making as well is that you have this really solid defense, and
right.
Augustana has not been able to drive the field, let alone 98 yards.
Right, but you got take a 2-score lead. That's going to take them scoring twice.
But I was just going to say that if you kick a field goal, they've got to score twice to beat you or tie you.
But you don't have Forgey on this snap.
Yeah,
it's really at the 2, not the 1. I think that's pointing towards field goal.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. Again, that's why.
But Boston Hensley has his helmet off on the sideline. This is a go for it. Wayne State trying to take a 2-touchdown lead. 4th and goal from just inside the 2. Dannenbring with Hayes to his left. Gives it off. Hayes, he sneaks forward into the end zone. Touchdown,
wow.
Wayne State College. The Wildcats have a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I didn't think Coach Mousers would kick the field goal there, just knowing him and doing enough games that they were going to go for it. And again, Hayes, there's not a whole lot of drop-off. Hayes is an excellent running back, and they get the touchdown. And now a chance here to go up 14 with the extra point.
The 5'10", 205-pound sophomore from Creston, Iowa, has 3 touchdowns in the Egg Bowl. And Hensley sends it through. Wayne State 31, Augustana 17, 7:41 left on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
Well, folks, stay tuned for our postgame, brought to you by Custom Sports. The Wildcats hoping to hang on to a 14-point lead and make that postgame a whole heck of a lot more fun. Wayne State 6-4. Augustana 9-1. But look past the records.
Yeah.
Wayne State winners of 3 straight, including against 2 teams picked ahead of them in the division, Minnesota State and Sioux Falls. Augustana, they dropped their first game of the year last week, and then having to go on the road against a senior day here on Wayne State, playing their best football of the year.
The red-hot Wayne State team. That's a difficult assignment.
See if Rich Lucero can put together a drive. The freshman quarterback on play action unloads, and it's intercepted. It's picked off
Cheney
on the deflection, and Cheney takes it to the house.
Wow.
The dagger for the Wildcats.
Well, that's the, you're right, that's the exclamation point, and a great way to end this season for the Wayne State Wildcats. 7:32 to go, but that gives Wayne State a 3-touchdown lead, which I think at this point is insurmountable.
Off of the hands of Isaiah Huber, the top offensive threat for Augustana. He couldn't squeeze it. And at the last second after the deflection, he got his arms around it, did Cheney for the second time today.
Yeah.
A pick. And this time, a pick 6. Hensley boots it through. Wayne State College, 38. Augustana, 17. What a fourth quarter by the Wildcats.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Oh, you gotta love it, I think, if you're, I guess if you're us. We have a tough debate over player of the game.
Yeah.
Because Dawson Forgey set the single-season rushing record. He's currently on the training table. And that dude has fought through injury today. He's getting hugs as they're celebrating on the sideline. He is the all-time rushing leader in one season at Wayne State College.
Yeah.
But Brennan Hayes has 3 touchdowns on the ground, including that big 2-score lead ceiling touchdown on 4th down. And now Braden Cheney, has 2 interceptions with a pick 6.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
And Alex Kowalczyk has 11 tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of guys you could choose from.
I guess if you're going to knock off a top 15 team, you need some guys to make big plays. And big plays have happened for Wayne State today, beginning with the 43-yard touchdown run by Hayes. Cheney had the game-changing interception. Everything flipped on that pick when this game was tied at 14 late in the second quarter. That set up the touchdown on the next play. And then Forgey with some big runs. Hayes another touchdown run, and Cheney with the game-sealing, what is likely the game-sealing interception. Carter Sitzman sitting on the bench, getting looked at right now. Well, this is a physical game today, too.
You've got maybe a thigh contusion the way they're rubbing there.
He's not putting a whole lot on that right foot. Lucero flushed. Went for the pick. Instead, it's a completion. That's Jackson Haynes with his first grab. And the Vikings moved the chains. Still 7:20 left. 3 touchdowns feels insurmountable, but we certainly know it's not.
Yeah, it would take a heck of an effort. Augustana has not had those drives today. They got to put together a few of them to get back in this. That was Marzion Cosby. Almost came up with another interception there.
Four-man rush for the Wildcats. The dump down. And Blunt navigates out of bounds at the 47. Picks up 7 yards. I'll make it 6.
Yes, if you're Wayne State now, you want to force Augustana to burn a lot of time. If they're going to put points on the board, you want them to burn up a lot of that clock.
Lucero on play action. Has a lot of time. Goes deep as the penalty flag comes out. This wouldn't be interference. It was thrown too early. If it's on the defense, it's likely a hold.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a defensive holding on Wayne State.
Hold it. Number 7.
They'll tag Cosby, senior, transfer from Northern Arizona. Penalty flag gets 10 yards for this Vikings offense into Wayne State territory. Lucero with the defense at his feet. This time gets it to Huber, who makes the grab. And Kowalczyk is there for another stop, limiting him to 5 yards. And if you're Wayne State, you're okay giving up 5 yards.
Yeah. Again, make them burn it. Keep everything in front of you. By the way, that's Kowalczyk's 14th tackle of the game.
What a senior day. Monumental career for Wayne State College. Deep ball, Lucero. And into the arms of his target for a touchdown, Neil May. We just said can't let him beat you deep.
Yep.
Neil May just did that. and Lucero throws a 40-yard dime right into his arms, and with a tick under 6 minutes left, Augustana draws it back to a 2-score game.
The Vikings aren't dead yet. That heartbeat is maybe a little bit faint, but it's still beating, and that quick touchdown, that gives you a chance.
Yeah, if you're Scott McLaughlin, you're saying defense, this is one thing you cannot do. You'd rather interfere with the person. But terrific job by May to separate. There was no chance to catch up to get the interference call. So Augustana still alive with under 6 to go on News Channel Nebraska.
Visit Wayne State College and you're likely to hear,
I got this.
From students pursuing their careers in nursing.
I got this.
Or in our business and industrial technology programs.
I got this.
Or in NCAA athletics.
You got this.
And especially at graduation.
I got this.
With 130 programs of study, manageable costs, and automatic scholarships for all first-time freshmen, you'll be saying,
I'm so doing this.
Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Over there. Michael Scheinfley, Lou Siefker with you. There's the view of Wayne, America. A beautiful fall day. Not yet winter, Lou. Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's it's that time of the year where people flock to Nebraska to go away from the cold. In the subtropics of northeast Nebraska here. No, it's a beautiful day. You don't get a whole lot of these this time of the year. We talked about the last time these two teams played in Wayne. It was snowy. It was cold. Much different weather conditions here today, and we'll see Augustana thinking an onside kick here.
Jake Pacina. It's a nice kick. Huge high bounce.
They got
and
it.
It's picked up by Augustana, but wait. It's
Can't
called
return it.
dead. Can't return it. Yep, that's right. But a perfect kick by Jake Pacina, who has been the best player today for
Wow.
Augustana.
Well, if you're going to overcome a 3-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter, you need plays like that. Get a quick touchdown a moment ago, and then the onside kick.
It's tough if you're Wayne State. You think you have it secured. You go up 21. You start to relax mentally a bit, and somehow allow a 40-yard touchdown pass, and then an onside kick. Carter Sitzman is back out there. I was all but singing the end of his career, but he has emerged, and Wayne State needs him. Not the end of his career, just a junior, the end of his season. Playing through some bumps and bruises and maybe something a little bit more serious than that. Number 97 gets towards the quarterback, but doesn't get him. That's complete. Caught by Haynes for about 5 yards. 3 timeouts still for Augustana. Wayne State's going to need to make some plays yet in this game.
Yeah, you've got to make some plays, and you've got to make Augustana work for it. You can't give up the big play.
First down. If they score quickly, there's no need for an onside kick again.
No.
Not under 2 minutes yet, so the clock does not stop on first downs. Four-man rush again. Towards the end zone once more. Incomplete. The double move. Terrific job by the wide receiver, but the ball was way out of bounds. They're looking for May again. Neil May didn't have a catch, and then he had the 40-yard touchdown grab and got open there.
We knew Augustana wasn't going to go away. They weren't going to quit. Down 3 scores. Too good of a program.
They are playing for their playoff lives. Remember that. Here's Lucero. Gets some pressure, rolls out, and finds Blunt, who makes the catch. The Wayne State coaching staff bellowing for a holding call.
Yeah.
None to be had.
Jackson Boss was being held. They missed that one. That left tackle was holding him.
Clock ticking. Augustana still looking to the sideline ahead of this 3rd down and 10. Wayne State fans getting on their feet, trying to support their squad to a big-time upset. Lucero throws, caught, first down, climbing the ladder to snare it, Sam Skolton.
Boy, that pass under duress.
Lucero showing some poise today, and he's going fast here. Steps up in the pocket, he's in trouble, keeps it alive, still looking and unloads incomplete. Wise play that stops the clock.
Yeah, smart play. Just get rid of that football. Don't give up a negative play. And live to play for the next down.
Everybody had Cunningham Field that was all smiles. Now back on high alert. This game's still very much in the balance, thanks to a long touchdown pass and an onside kick recovery. Everybody tight to the line here. Been nothing but pass plays lately. Does that change? No. Lucero throws towards the end zone one-on-one and incomplete. And no flag. Oh, there is a flag. Back at the 3. Not in the area of the pass. So again, it could be a hold. Hinton on the coverage. Hinton saying, how could I hold? I have a club on my right hand.
He's got a cast there that's be pretty tough to hold with that thing.
Hold it. Number 8.
That's the call.
Well, Wayne State, while they have the top running game and the top defense in the league, they are second worst in the league in penalties. Number 13 in penalties. On top of that, their opponents have the 13th fewest penalties. So the whistle has not been kind to Wayne State this season. Almost last in both regards. To the end zone, incomplete, and this time no laundry.
Yeah, Cheney and Kowalczyk both there. Both guys have excelled on the defensive side of the ball today, and both in that there to knock that football away.
And that was a snap ago. The penalty must have occurred before that replay was initiated. Time no longer a major concern for Augustana. They still have all 3 timeouts. It's just a matter of can they get it in the end zone. 2nd and goal from the 7. That's Huber who went in motion. Lucero throws, caught, and down inside the 1. He found Skolton. And in comes the running quarterback. Lucero to the bench. Out comes Mac Molander. Molander got stuffed earlier in the game on a 4th down attempt, or on a 3rd down attempt. The defense is allowed to substitute.
Yeah, clock ticking here.
Molander with 2 blockers in front of him. Tries the right side, bounces it out, and Molander finds the end zone with 3:11 to go in the game. It's back to a 1-score contest.
Wow. Augustana. What a comeback here. Boy, this game looked over just a couple minutes ago.
There were 7 minutes and 32 seconds left in this game, and Wayne State was kicking off ahead by 21. Now with 3:11 left. 4.5 minutes later of game action. A point away from making it a 7-point game.
The Vikings still have 3 timeouts left, too.
And the kick is good, so no need for an onside kick. They might try it anyway. We'll see right after this break on NCN.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
Stay tuned after the game for our player of the game. Brought to you by Wayne State College. We'll have that interview. The Wildcats trying to finish it off, but that's been a tough task. Ahead by 21 with 7.5 minutes left and kicking off at that point. But a long touchdown, a recovered onside kick, and a touchdown drive has set this up. A 7-point game with 3:11 left, and Augustana has 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. Time, not a concern, so it appears they're going to boot this away.
You know, those 3 timeouts, that's really good to have in your back pocket. It's going to force Wayne State to get a first down or two.
Taking it on a hop and kneeling it. Whoa! And a ridiculous penalty. That was kneeled. Taking a knee, Braden Cheney, and then as he stood up, he got lit up.
Yeah, I know that upsets you, but you got to walk away from this. You don't want to get a counter penalty.
So Cheney takes the knee.
Yeah, that's
very clear. Oh, okay, so it was blocked. Yeah, it was ran into the blocker. But still something that you would not expect if you're an Augustana coach to happen there. Jack Dietertz. Sophomore junior.
Well, after the play was over there, too. There's just no reason to do that.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, 48, Augustana. 15-yard penalty, and the dead ball spot, first down and 10.
So it was from the spot. So not where the kneel down would have given it. So, yeah, they're up to the 29. Hayes, the running back. Dannenbring at QB. And they give to Hayes. Hayes churns forward. Gets 4. 2nd and 6. Dawson Forgy does not appear he's going to return to this game. He's been sitting on the training table since his last snap.
Got ice on that left knee, so he is not coming back.
He has the single-season rushing record for Wayne State College now. And he has no choice but to cheer his teammates on as they try to finish off one of the biggest wins of his college football career.
And try to use all of the play clock here if you're Wayne State.
There's Hayes again. Hayes has some room and still keeping the pile moving. 1 yard shy up the first down marker. It will be 3rd down and 1. And Augustana does call timeout. A smart timeout call by Jerry Olszewski because the 2-minute timeout looms 12 seconds from now. Earlier today, Minnesota State fell to Minot State. That means the winner of this game is the South Division champ. I'll see if I can get that Duluth score. Duluth beat Minot State. It was Minnesota State Moorhead who beat Minnesota State Mankato. So if Augustana wins, they share the conference title with Minnesota State Duluth. If Wayne State wins, they win the South Division. If Augustana wins, they're likely going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
If they lose, their season is likely done.
So big 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to use that second timeout. As we mentioned, you wanted the 2-minute spot. But Wayne State needs a conversion here. They got to get the first down.
3rd down and 1. Augustana showing some pressure from the linebacker position. Dannenbring gives to Hayes, and Hayes has the first down, and more. He busted free down the left sideline, pushed out of bounds in Augustana territory.
What a big play. My goodness. No Dawson Forgy, no problem when you got Hayes out there.
A 26-yard gash when they needed 1. Hayes makes another play. And there's the 2-minute timeout. Some confidence injected into the Wildcats, leading by 7 with 2 minutes to go on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard.
My name is Jody Larson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. Working for a community bank for me just seems so much simpler because you get to make your decisions here locally. We get to be the heart of the community and we get to know each other more by name. They're not just a number coming in. We really truly care about every single person that passes through the door. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Elevate your drive with the GMC Sierra 1500 at Woodhouse Buick GMC. Explore special financing and current offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Michael Shively, Lou Siefker with you, our final Wayne State College broadcast of the season, and it's been an excellent football game. Wayne State trying to finish it off. They led by 21 with under 7 to go. Here's Hayes, trips up, gets a yard, slightly more. And a ferocious comeback effort here by Augustana. A long touchdown, recovering an onside kick and scoring again. But now Wayne State has kept it on the ground, kept the clock moving, and they've brought the football inside the 35. So just one timeout left for Augustana and a minute 55 to go.
Now it's going to be very difficult for Augustana. Now you're going to have to gamble a little bit. You're going to have to try to strip the football, try to get a turnover here. And I'm sure that's being talked about here with Wayne State, with Coach Masters, talking to the ball carriers here, and make sure you protect that football because they're going to try to strip it. And I think you're, with only one timeout left here for Augustana, and you're in good field position, you don't, no reason to take too many chances here if you're Wayne State. You just run the football and run the clock.
They can't run it out without a first down. But a first down would seal it for the Wildcats.
They can run it down quite a ways.
Oh, yeah. Back to Hayes, the sophomore from Iowa. This time has a bit more room and gets inside the 30, picking up 5 yards. And it's third down and 3 or 4. That will be what stands after this stoppage. The final timeout used by Augustana. Couldn't quite hear what the official said there in terms of the time on the game clock. 1:49. So 1:49. So if you run it if you're Wayne State College here, you run it, you come up short. You get another 39 seconds running off the clock after that.
It's going to be down around a minute.
Yeah, about a minute. And then a little bit of a decision on what you do on fourth down.
Yeah, you could certainly think about a field goal here.
Yeah. Go up 2 scores, that would de facto seal it.
Yeah. But
there's all sorts of things that can go wrong.
Right. You think about the negatives that could happen: a block kick, return for a touchdown, something like that. I mean,
it's a little bit silly in terms of you might punt it. You just try to pin it within the 10, make them go even farther. But the things that can go wrong on punts, so it could be 4-down territory.
I think it's 4-down territory. I don't think you're seeing the field goal crew coming out.
They don't want that decision anyway. On 3rd and 4, it's Hayes, and Hayes gets a couple, still fighting, still getting pushed, but they called the play dead.
Yep. Couple of yards short.
2 yards, so 4th and 2 as that clock winds.
That's going to be just under a minute. So I think you're going to run a 4th down play trying to get that first down.
That would end the game. A stop, and Augustana would have just under a minute and no timeouts, needing a touchdown and extra point to tie. Logan Masters going to run that play clock down to 1 and call timeout. That would leave Wayne with 1 timeout. And there it is. 58 seconds. And 2 yards away from ending the season with 4 straight victories, a statement win over the 13th ranked team in the country. and a division crown.
Yeah, what a way to finish the season for Wayne State. You beat Minnesota State when they were ranked, I believe it was 8th in the country. And now you're beating, you're 58 seconds away from a victory over 13th ranked Augustana. Not to mention a couple of road wins in there. I think Wayne State would like to see a few more games on this schedule, the way they're playing.
The way that they're losing players
well,
to
that's
injury.
True. You don't want that either. But that's the downside of a longer season. But the way they're playing right now, really, they'd love to go back and start the season playing this way.
Yeah. And they want to finish this season on their terms. 4th down and 2. There's the snap. It's Hayes up the middle, and he's fighting forward. He dove forward and got it. It was the second effort that got the first down.
Yep, big play, Hayes. I think that's his name now, Big Play Hayes. He's just the guy that he gets that first down.
Brennan Hayes.
Yep, this ball game's over.
He's bottled up. Keeps going forward. And there's the victory formation. There's the kneel down. And there's a statement win for Wayne State College. Bennett Dannenbrink kneels it one more time. And Wayne State knocks off number 13, Augustana, 38-31 in the Egg Bowl to finish out the season with 4 straight victories and deny Augustana a place in the playoffs. The Vikings would need some serious help from the rest of the Division II football landscape to make the playoffs now. That is how rivalries are built. Moments like this. The team that has won back-to-back conference championships, Augustana, finishes the season in Wayne, America, and the Wildcats knock them off, smashing their hopes. This is a rivalry, and these are the 2 premier programs in the South Division. Wayne State beats Minnesota State and Augustana, overcoming a slow start to the season and a multitude of injuries. Logan Masters and company. Big reasons to celebrate. That's what they're doing on the field. Stay with us, folks. We'll have interviews with the head coach, the players of the game, and the highlights from this masterful performance by Wayne State College. Stay with us. Your post game coming up next.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
At TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer, with a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game. Speedy Mart convenience stores, fueled for every road.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
It's time to get in the game. When you team up with teammates, you don't need pads or a playbook. 1 hour a week can encourage a student in your community to win in school and in life. Hundreds of young people are waiting for a mentor to show up and build their confidence, character, and hope for the future. Be the teammate every young person deserves. Clock is ticking. Sign up at teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building onto an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
At Faith Regional Health Services, we know that welcoming a baby is one of life's most meaningful moments. Our supportive, experienced team delivers more than babies. We deliver safe practices, education, and customized birth plans. Whether it's your first child or your fourth, you deserve expert care in a private space that feels calm, warm, and prepared. Faith Regional Health Services. Expert hands for your exceptional beginning.
Visit Wayne State College and you're likely to hear,
I got this.
From students pursuing their careers in nursing.
I got this.
Or in our business and industrial technology programs.
I got this.
Or in NCAA athletics.
You got this.
And especially at graduation.
I got this.
With 130 programs of study, manageable costs, and automatic scholarships for all first-time freshmen, you'll be saying,
I'm so doing this.
Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
This is Christina Wemhoff from Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We know not everyone's home loan needs are the same, and that is why our lenders have both the practical experience and product knowledge to ensure your solution is a perfect match for your needs. So we invite you to come into your local Madison County Bank branch and talk to us about your dream home today. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
Shop Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during the Black Friday sales event. Receive 3.9% APR for 72 months plus $18,000 off MSRP on the 2025 Ram 1500. Woodhouse is your trusted Ram dealer.
While we wait for Lou to track down our players of the game and the winning head coach, the Egg Bowl MVPs were awarded. And that went to Dawson Forgey of Wayne State College. Fought through some injuries. He was done. He was done at the end. He wasn't coming back in regardless of whatever happened. Dawson Forgey finishes with 27 carries, 161 yards, and he became the single-season rushing record holder at Wayne State College. On the other side, it was the kicker and punter. How about the day for Jake Pacina? He drilled a 57-yard kick and also was phenomenal from the punting side of things, routinely pinning the Wildcats deep. Augustana certainly won the field position game here in this contest, but it's Wayne State College who comes out winners of the game, and they do so on the strength of 345 rushing yards. Just 99 passing yards, but 345 on the ground. And that's what helps carry Wayne State to the win, combined with holding their opponents to just 56 rush yards. He did allow 218 through the air, but 56 on the ground is all. Lou Siefker is standing by. He has the head coach from Happy Wildcats.
Well, Wayne State Wildcats, they end the season on a 4-game winning streak. A big win today over Augustana, 38-31. Logan Masters joins me. And, well, first of all, Coach, how does South Division champ sound? That sounds pretty good.
It sounds pretty good. Really proud of the guys. When the season got tough, they became their best. And coaching staff, leadership on our team just really picked up. And, yeah, it's special.
Absolutely. Now, what it's one of those games where it just seemed like you guys were able to move the ball really well in the first quarter, and then they slowed you down, and then you were able to make some big plays, and then ended the game with a strong running game. What was working early, and then how did things get slowed down and then get picked back up?
I think I probably got too cute there in the middle, doing stuff instead of just lining up and playing big boy football. And when we did that, it was chunk yards and first downs, and really got us going. So that one's probably on me. And the old lineman kind of hinted that we need to get back to getting after them, and they came through, and that's what senior leadership does. And I'm really proud to 3 minutes left, and we just ran the clock out, which against a really good defense. So I'm really proud of them.
It's ironic that one of the plays that kind of got you guys going was a dropped punt that Burrell picked up and ran for a first down. After that, you guys seemed like you guys picked it up. Was that just would you agree with that, I guess, assessment?
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and he bailed himself out by dropping the snap and finding a way to get out of it. And then you're right, it was a little spark play, and we took off.
What is Wyatt Dannebring coming back from that injury? You guys haven't lost since he's been back. What has he brought to the table?
Yeah, I mean, I think just he makes plays, and he's kind of the leader. He's not afraid to say things and things like that and hold guys accountable. And he had his moments today where he played really well, and when he does, we're really tough to stop. And so really excited to have an offseason with him and keep growing in this offense, because you're right. I think with him playing, we're 6-2. So he's a good football player.
Well, its defense has been so good all year, and we'll talk about the seniors here in a minute. But one of those seniors is Alex Kowalczyk. Last I checked, he had 16 tackles. You didn't have Critchell in the game, but he really stepped up in this game. Talk about his play.
Yeah, it's fitting. Maybe one of the best linebackers to ever play here. To go out like that, it just fits. Unbelievable young man. I mean, you want to talk about someone who's had 2 unlucky season-ending injuries that came back for his 6th year and played really well. Just super proud of him, and I know he's going to, when he gets done playing, he's going to go kick the real world's butt, just because that's just the type of young man he is. So really glad 5 was a Wildcat.
Well, this is an annual question I ask you every year, but talk about the seniors and what they have meant to this program.
They mean the world. I mean, we got AK who's been here 6 years. We got some guys who've been here 4 or 5, 2, 3, whatever it may be. But the guys that came in recruiting class, coming through here with 2 conference titles when there's only been 1 in school history. Before that, it's a special group. And I told the guys they left an impressive legacy, and now it's all the underclassmen's job to come back and keep building off of it.
Yeah, a lot of underclassmen coming back, and one of the strengths of your team was just the depth, especially on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of guys stepping in, even offense with Hayes stepping in and playing the way he's played. Good nucleus coming back. You pretty excited about what's coming back?
Yeah, I got a chance. In today's football, though, we got to recruit them back and make sure they stay here, because together they're a special unit. So if we can keep them and bring in another good recruiting class, good times in Wayne America.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win today, getting the South Division Championship, and thanks for joining us all season.
No problem. Thank you, and go Cats.
All right, that's Logan Masters. We're going to get our player of the game here in just a minute. We'll send it back to Michael, and then we'll grab our player of the game.
Good deal. Thank you, Lou. Your top plays today going to be brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Thanks to Elkhorn Valley Bank for all your banking needs. There is a difference. Well, this was a fun game, folks. Let's take a look at how it happened. Wayne State College, Senior Day. It's the Egg Bowl, and they're hosting number 13, Augustana. How about that for a start? Number 43 takes it 43 yards. That's Brennan Hayes. Wayne State opens the game up 7-0. Their opponent, Augustana, 9-1. Wayne State 6-4. So Augustana, if they win, they're in the playoffs. If they win, they share the conference title, and this play helps prevent that from happening. It's an end around on a 4th down to Colton Andrews, who takes it inside the 5, and then it's time for big play, Brennan Hayes. Stymied. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Fights it forward into the end zone, 14-zip, Wayne State College, trying to win and take the South Division crown in the Northern Sun Conference. Augustana not going to go quietly. That's freshman quarterback Rich Lucero finding his top target, the senior Isaiah Huber. 14-7. Now Dawson Forgy, record-setting running back, coughs it up that time. Ball was punched out by Brock Salm and recovered by Zach Richardson of Augustana. Now Augie trying to even it up. Lucero steps into this one. Huber's wide open. We got a ball game, folks, 14-14, and Augustana's driving late second quarter. Throw to the left side, and climbing the ladder to pick it off was Braden Cheney, the Nebraska native. Big play. Next play, deep down the middle, and it's hauled in. There's Alex Phelps all the way to the house. 50-plus yards the play after the pick. What a momentum changer to go up 21-14 heading to halftime. 57-yard field goal kicked by Augustana to open the second half. Then a drop snap by the punter, Burrell. And Jacob Burrell then carries it for a first down. Here's a handoff to Dawson Forgy, something you've seen hundreds of times this season. It's a nice run, but it's the moment that got him the single-season rushing record at Wayne State College. He goes out with injury, and on 4th and goal, up 7 in the fourth quarter, Wayne goes for it from a couple yards out, and it's Hayes who takes it in for his third touchdown of the day to go up 2 scores. Now on play action, Huber can't haul it in, and it's into the arms of Cheney for his second interception, and he takes it all the way in for the score. And he's fired up. Why wouldn't you be? You're up 21, 7.5 minutes left. This is all but over. But then a long touchdown for Augustana, and they cut it to 14. Then they recover the onside kick, and then they run it in from a couple yards out, Mac Molander, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point game with 3 timeouts left for Augustana. Wayne State gets the ball with just over 3 minutes to go, and they surge forward on 4th down on the back of Brennan Hayes to put the game away. And Wayne State College knocks off 13th-ranked Augustana and wins the South Division crown in the NSIC to finish the year 7-4. No, what a sequence it was. Let's talk about it. Here's Lou Siefker.
All right, we're back down here on the field with Braden Cheney, our player of the game for Wayne State, coming off a big 38-31 win over Augustana. And Braden, you had some big plays in this game. Your first interception there, you had the pick, and then the next play, you guys scored a touchdown. Talk about that pick, and what did you see? How did that play develop?
Well, so in practice this week, we ran that exact concept quite a few times. They stack up a little bit, and then the second dude runs out. I kind of seen it all week and seen it well, and then I saw it in the game and just had to go make my play, get the ball back to the offense, and give them a chance to score before half.
Absolutely, and they did that. That was a big play. And then obviously that interception, that's the second interception. It was the pick 6. Yeah. That's the difference in the ball game. Tell me about that play.
Sat in the flats. I saw the dude come out to the flats, threw the ball a little behind him, and just tipped right to me. I had a lot of green grass when I caught it. Just making the play, all it is. Counting on your teammates to have spots behind you.
Well, this defense has been talked about all year. You guys are so good against the run. You guys you do so many things well. We don't talk about the secondary enough. You obviously in this ball game, but you guys really played a good game. They had trouble putting together drives down the field. They only really scored in the short field. How were you guys able to slow that Augustana offense down?
Well, a lot of it was our D-line just being able to get in the backfield and disrupting their routes. They didn't have a lot of time to get the ball off, and then in the run game, obviously just dominating, tackling, and getting off blocks, filling gaps. It was really just a whole team effort on the defensive side, and it worked out for us.
Well, you guys were 3-4 at one point, and you end the season on a 4-game winning streak. And, oh, by the way, South Division champs. How does that sound?
Oh, that's awesome. Great feeling. Couldn't be better.
Couldn't be better to beat Minnesota State in one home game and in Augustana, 2 ranked teams. What does that do for your program going forward to be able to win games like that?
It shows a lot of confidence off in us and a lot of hard work that we've been putting in this summer, and just shows how tight as a team we really are and how well we get along together and just continue to ball together. It's fun.
Well, Braden, you told me you're a redshirt junior. Are we going to see Braden Cheney again next year?
Yes, you will. You can see me on the baseball field, too, if you like. If you're a big baseball guy.
What's your position?
Just at the outfield. Throw me in left field, center field, anywhere. It's fun.
Are you like a 60 home run guy?
Stealing the bases, you know me.
Absolutely. Well, Braden, hey, congratulations! What a ball game! 2 big picks that were really differences in the ball game, and what a finish to the season. Congratulations!
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, that's Braden Cheney, our player of the game. Michael, we'll send it back to you.
Well, you know what, Braden, I will have a good one, and I hope he does as well. A lot to celebrate here in Wayne, America. What a program built by Logan Masters. Well, they dropped the season opener to the rival Nebraska Kearney, but they lost their quarterback in that game too. Overcame that throughout this season to finish remarkably strong, and they all have smiles on their faces right now. You know that there's a shot at the playoffs on the horizon for this team with the direction it's going. Congratulations to Augustana, a phenomenal season, 9-2, and maybe some things break their way. They can still sneak into the playoffs, but another fantastic season under the tutelage of Jerry Olszewski there. Thanks so much to everybody who made our season of Wayne State College football broadcast possible, led by Mike Powicki here, the athletic director for Wayne State College. He joined us at halftime. He has a lot to be proud of for the football team, the volleyball team, and beyond. So thanks to them for hosting us. We're thrilled that we get to continue this excellent partnership with the Wildcats. Thanks to our crew, led by Connor Luby, doing every game here in Wayne, scaling the big hill outside the press box to keep us on air and keep us set up. Big thanks to our fantastic crew throughout the season. Thanks to Lou Siefker, everyone else who's been on the broadcast, Eric McKay and Kaylin Debin throughout this season. Some fun Wayne State action. Thanks to our sponsors who make it possible, and thanks to you, the viewer, for tuning in. Wayne State wins this one by a final of 38-31 to finish the season 7-4. I'm Michael Shively. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.